welcoming in the Chaz for his typical Wednesday slot. Sorry, my hand's all wet. I had a fucking piece of hair, a dog fur in my fucking beer. I had to fucking sift it out.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't want to have that caught in my throat.
I thought
you know.
I thought you were lubing up there. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what was going on.
How you doing, Chaz? The Chaz, how you doing?
Pretty good. Excited to be back on for another week. I was watching a couple of the shows this past week. It's been awesome.
Saw you in the chat.
And
we love that. We love the Chaz.
We
love the Chaz around here.
Is it the Chad?
It might be the Chad.
The Chad. The Chad.
Love that clip. I got a lot of people in here already. What up, Mark, GT, CK, Blake? We got Jay Moore, McCullough. Who else we have? Mark. I didn't mention Mark. Mark, number one super fan. Jonathan. GT, I did. Welcome. Big show on tap tonight. A little lubed up, a little excited. I mean, I'm always lubed up. I'm always excited, but a little extra today. I'm not a half chub. I'm a full fucking chub. Someone mentioned Trey Benson. Good news on the Trey Benson front, which is really, really good for me. I have like 11 shares of Benson, a lot in best ball as well. So let's get to some news and notes here. Do a panic meter segment. Get all your questions in here. We'll get to them all. You know the drill. Marvin Harrison ruled out really quickly this week. It's looking like he's probably out week 13 as well. And a Tuesday, when you get ruled out, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, they ruled him out. Tuesday or today. How about my Michael Wilson call? How's that looking?
I remember checking the score, checking the stats. I'm like, he really has 33 points just off of receptions and yards if you play in PPR format. I mean, those are they're monster type numbers. So I'm giving you your flowers on that one.
Well, Parker Washington as well. I'm always the good shows are 1 week ahead of these things. Like now you see shows, everyone's like, pick up Sean Tucker, pick up Michael Wilson. No, it's actually, I mean, they're fine starts now, but they're not going to do what they did last week. Yeah. And you got to get 1 week ahead of these things. Now, this week, I have a guy for you. Let me know what you think. This is my, 3 weeks ago, it was Parker Washington. I had him for 2 weeks as a must start, as in a guy that was available everywhere. Last week was Michael Wilson. This week is Andre Yoshivash. That's my dude.
I like it.
What do you think?
Actually,
what do you think?
I really like it. I mean, they're playing. Who are they playing this week?
They're playing the Patriots. So T. Higgins, Jamar's suspended. T. Higgins is going to get a lot of Christian Gonzalez. Yoshivash had 6 touchdowns last year. He already plays 80% of the snaps already. Kind of the same thing as Michael Wilson. And he's a good red zone guy. I think they're going to be throwing a lot. They're going to have to throw a lot. So that's my guy. I have him. I would rank him like wide receiver 25, dude. Like that high, especially in PPR. I think he's having six catches.
I would love that. And I mean, I'm starting in one of my leagues. I hate doing this, but I'm starting him and Fant in one of my leagues because those are literally the only guys that I have. I think that offense is going to be throwing the ball a lot. I think it's going to be. They're going to be playing from behind. That's
Why don't you play Dawson Knox, bro?
I did.
I would play Knox over Fant personally, because I don't know if you heard that. Curtis Samuel's out. Keon Coleman's gonna be another scratch.
Coleman's sad.
So yeah. All right. So another guy, Drake London. News is that he is out. I just wanted to get your take. We talked about Drake London yesterday. I want to get your take on Drake London. PCL, very similar to what Bowers had. They didn't reveal the severity. Grade 1, grade 2. That's pretty much the same thing that Josh Jacobs is dealing with. Now, Josh Jacobs has already reported it's a grade 1, which is 1 to 2 weeks. Now, Josh Jacobs does play week 13 is Thursday Night Football. It's not Thursday night. It's Thanksgiving. So he'll probably be out 2 weeks. What is your projection for London? Now, keep in mind, I know their season's over. They also traded their first round pick. The Rams have their first round pick.
Yeah, so
they have
their
lots of
season is over. Yeah, their season is over. So people are like, oh, they're not going to try. They're still going to try. They don't want to give another NFC team a better draft pick. The thing is, I saw reports that the coaching staff is going to try and get him to play week 13, which means I don't think it's that bad. I think it's bad. I think it's, bad in comparison to, he is going to be missing this week. But I mean, he got hurt and it looked like he wanted to come right back into the game. It seemed like he wasn't really affected by it all that much. So I think if anything, it's going to be a grade 1. Like you said, we haven't seen what kind of graded it actually is, but I don't think it's much at all. I think it's just a little bit of a sprain, and And people are already hating. I've seen people shoot Drake London way down their boards because of this. And
It's not just that; it's also the Kirk Cousins thing. You know what I mean? It's the combination
I
of
know
those two things.
I was just about to get into that. And obviously, him with Kirk Cousins isn't that great. But what we do have to remember is this guy was able to feed Justin Jefferson back in Minnesota. Now I know he's not, anywhere close to what he was like in Minnesota, but he can support a wide receiver one. And I've seen people like rate him as low as wide receiver 24 rest of season, which I can't go that low. I'm sorry, I
No.
just can't. This guy is elite. The coaching staff knows that. I think everyone saw that. The last 3 games, everyone has seen that. Everyone in the league is getting, put on notice by this guy. So, yes, it's bad having Kirk instead of Penix, but let's not act like he's going to be a wide receiver, wide receiver 18 to 24. That's not like, I just don't see
That's his floor. That's his floor.
Yes,
And I guess
yes,
it's a double concern. Now, I'm a little concerned as well. I could see them scaling back his snaps a bit. You mix that with Kirk Cousins and him being a little bit neutered in terms of his explosiveness. But I would still say 75% of Drake London, and that would factor into the quarterback change, is still 150% of Romeo Doubs, for instance. Yep. So that I'm fine. And also that what we don't realize is that he is an elite red zone receiver. Now, less chances of probably going the red zone, but just he's a must start. I'm trying to make a trade right now in my league, which is huge. It's a 12-teamer with 3 receivers and 2 flexes deep. My team is so stacked. Ricky Pearsall is my wide receiver 5, and I have like Javonte Williams and Bijan. I'm trying to. I just picked up Emmanuel Wilson, and the team that has Drake London has like 3 players on bye, and they're 4-7. They're in a must-win, like win-out situation. So I'm trying to offer Emmanuel Wilson for him straight up, and I might be willing to trade Ricky Pearsall and Emmanuel Wilson for Drake London. I know it's risky, but that's like my team is always projected 20 more points than everyone every week. I'm like 170 every week, and the next highest seems like 145. So like I feel like if he comes back, I win the league automatically because he's my wide receiver 5. Yep. All right. Last news note here is we have Ridley out for the season. That happened Sunday, but Jameer DK is not going to play. He might be out for a couple weeks with a concussion and a chest injury. And now Iomanner's hurt with a hamstring. So there is nobody there. So again, we're talking about, I always like to get ahead of these things for like deep leagues, deep ads, people in a pinch. There's 2 names here. It's Van Jefferson. I know it's gross. Van Jefferson. And then Chikakonkwo. Now they have Gunnar Helm there. They're kind of splitting the tight end duties, but I think they would just put Chikakonkwo on the flex. Or sorry, in the slot. If you really need you said you were starting, what tight end were you starting? Noah Fant. Like, I think I'd rather start a Konkwo. Because who's going to catch the ball there?
I'd have to check to see who's on the waiver wire there, but
like Okonkwo is always going to be available because he's been bad this year. And then Van Jefferson's the only show in town there. Like, I don't even know who else they have in the wide receiver core. Like, it's bad. I don't know because they released Tyler Lockett. Like, who do they have? Like, again, I'm literally asking you. I don't know. I don't know. That means it's like nobody's.
I don't even know. Yeah, if you don't know,
nobody's.
I for sure don't know.
So, I mean, just 2 guys to keep an eye on. If you really need a guy, the volume will be there. Now, it's going to be pretty empty calories, but, like, I don't care. I just want guys out there running routes, getting targets, and PPR. Yeah, Van Jefferson's an established player. Chikakonkwo is a pretty athletic tight end. All right, let's get to a couple questions, and we'll get to the panic meter segment. GT won both leagues last week. Solid chance of playoffs. Damn straight. That's all we want to do. We want a shot at the the championship. Once you get in, it's anyone's game. 1-week matchups. It's like March Madness, right? Anyone could fucking win.
Yep.
Betting format on a new FanDuel update is crazy. I have not seen the new updates.
I haven't seen it I haven't been on FanDuel in a little bit.
Jay Moore, start 1. Jennings or Mooney? Juwan Jennings or Mooney full PPR?
I think this is Mooney. I mean, we just didn't see the volume with the wide receivers last week, given Kittle being back, Purdy being back, and CMC being CMC. Like, we just didn't see the volume with those receivers. And Mooney's going to be slotted to be the wide receiver 1 this week. And people are saying that. I mean, you said a little bit earlier that the offense might not be as good. They still have Bijan and Algier. I mean, that's a good 1-2 punch at running back. And if anything, you can still play at Bijan, in the slot or something like that. You can get him running more routes if you need to. But still, I would much rather go Mooney here.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that Mooney was 980 yards last year, whatever it was, almost 1,000, and that was with Kirk Cousins. And then the second Penix came in, Mooney started doing dog shit because, like, for some reason you would think their skill sets would match up, But Cousins loves Mooney, and now you have no Drake London. This week, that's the answer. I think rest of the season, if London comes back, I'm going to go Juwan Jennings. But this is a 1 week question. So
Yeah. 1 week question.
Let's see. Max says my other brother, the Chaz. The Chaz. GT says a Ric Flair for Michael Wilson. Damn. Well, you know what? I hope he can. If he can just do half what he did last week. The nice thing is this week, I think he gets a touchdown. So he can just give us 6 for 60 with a tutter. You know, give me 18 points, baby. Give me 18 points. That's all we want. That's all we want.
Hell yeah.
I didn't start my goal here. My bad. Let's see. I'm at risk. I'm a risk taker. Bucky is ramping up. Bucky plays. Do I flex him or do I pick up Tucker? Well, I'd rather play Bucky over Tucker if Bucky plays. What do you think he plays? I don't think he plays it. I think I'm gonna keep him out 1 more week, dude.
Yeah, they've been so cautious. It seems with him. I don't think he'll play, but I guess obviously we're gonna have to wait and see. But if he does, he's gonna be the start here. If not, I mean Tucker will look good. Did you see though that he posted he posted a picture of like him running past some dude and was like pleased with the performance was his caption, but they lost the game. I saw a bunch of comments on that ripping him. How do you feel about that? Like, you know, guy pops off, they lose the game, he posts about it. Do you?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like that. Yeah.
I don't like that. That's an AJ Brown move, is what that is. What would your projected workload be? Like, how many touches would they give Bucky first week? Because I'd be in the camp of like 12.
Yeah, that's honestly that would be the max. That'd be his ceiling.
That's not good.
Touches, I think. Yeah, that's not great. It's not what we want to see. And yeah, it'd be much better just to keep him out another week, honestly.
Yeah, Jay Moore, who has a better chance of winning a week, winning this week or a week? Bryce Young or Shedeur Sanders? It's not Shedeur Sanders, so it's
not
whoever.
Shedeur.
Give me any other name.
So
give me
bad.
any other name.
Any other name other than Shedeur. I'm sorry, haven't seen it yet. And what we did see was 25% completion percentage. The guy doesn't want to set the protection, doesn't know what he's doing. Yes, I understand he got thrown out there, but it was really bad.
Well, I see them all. Everyone's blaming him, you know, the coaches for not practicing him with the ones. I know this is more of a unique situation because they don't really have an established starter, but any team in the NFL does not practice the backup with the ones, for one. And for two, no one's blaming Shedeur for, you know, remember the miming interview? Like he didn't take the NFL draft process serious. The kid's a clown and he's entitled and he has no reason to be entitled. He's a 5th round pick. So like it's possible that maybe he just wasn't prepared on his own because he's just not looking at the iPad. He's not putting in the extra work. That's where I'm at with this kid. And I also don't think he's a very, very talented guy. And you know, the intro coming up here might be Shedeur Sanders centric. You're gonna like this one. Jay Moore, early Super Bowl matchup real quick. I want to say my Ravens because all my money I have in them, but I'm not going to go there. I'm still rolling with the Bills. I've been on the Bills. I've been on the camp that is Bills or Ravens since preseason. And then I will go. I'm probably still going to go Eagles or Rams. Well, you know, we'll say Rams. We'll say Rams, Bills. You
know, you weren't mentioning my team there, and then all of a sudden you're like Rams, and I'm like, well, it looks pathetic that I'm following you in a sense, but no, I fully believe in the Rams. They were trying to throw the game last week. I don't get why coaches or teams don't try to be more aggressive when they're in the situation that the Rams were last week. I don't know if that I don't care about I wasn't even caring for the fact that, you know, I had Stafford in fantasy. It was more so like you, as a team, you want to win the game, and it looks like they just didn't. They weren't trying to, you know, go for the kill shot, which is what NFL teams don't do, and I hate it. I hate it. They still won.
Yeah, you got to do it.
And
that's, you know, that's not really an MO of Sean McVay. Usually he does do these things. Yeah. So it was a little concerning, and I think they just got complacent, and they were up so big, and Sam Darnold looked so bad. But the thing is, that team has all fighting them, and I like the Seahawks. Jay Moore, how will Kirk Cousins affect Bijan moving forward, good or bad? What's your take, Chaz?
I think it's good, right? I mean, it has to be good. You know, no Drake London. It means more work for the other guys that are going to be out there, and you know, their other best player is going to be Bijan. I mean, and Bijan is practically unstoppable already. So we'll have to see how it is this week, and see if Drake London's out week 13. But I think it's going to be only a plus. I don't think it'll be a negative. That's what I'll say.
I'll phrase it like this: in full PPR, I think it might actually be a plus because Kirk Cousins is going to check the ball down regardless of Drake London playing or not. Standard, it's a negative. Their offense is going to be worse. I'm not a Penix guy, but like Kirk Cousins is washed, like that's for sure. Standard is worse. I think half PPR is about the same.
Sorry,
He's not
for
good.
almost interrupting there.
Michael Penix at least can challenge you downfield.
Let me know in the chat because I am reading it here. How many of you guys do play in standard leagues? Like I'm not talking half PPR.
Not many.
I'm not talking those other
Old
ones.
people.
That's the thing. I mean, I used to be standard with me and my friends and I, but it's kind of gotten phased out. It's gotten phased out to the half PPR, full PPR. So when I'm talking, I'm more so talking PPR, full PPR. So
same. But I still like to give some people do play standard. So, like in my mind, half PPR is more like standard. Turgay says if Dak does not play, I am done. There's no chance Dak doesn't play. Their season, if they lose this game, their season's over. They're probably going to lose this game, but Dak's playing. Yeah. Max says I'm very worried about a wash Kirk. If I were to trade London, what should I try to get him for? Get for him. I phrase it kind of like I was mentioning about me trying to trade for him. It's about what team you're trading him for. You'll get the most. You can't trade him to a team that's on the playoff fringes. It must be a team that's trade him to the first place team that is set for a bye. He's gonna be more valuable because they don't need to play till week 15. So like they don't need him coming back week 13, week 14 even. If you trade him to a fringe playoff team, they're gonna give you dog shit. You know what I mean? Because they need to win now. What he's not worth anything to them. So that's the key. Not about players, about who you trade him for and just get the most you can if you want to move off of him. Rico's still a beast. Rico is the beast, dude. Top 12 running back for sure going forward, right?
Yep. And then did you see what Chuba was saying? He was like, maybe I came back a little bit early. It's like, dude, you just got your job stolen. Like, it's not because you came back early. It's not because, I mean, he probably did come back early, but like,
he was getting Wally pipped. He was watching his job go.
I know. So then he had to come back, but it's like, yeah, dude, your job was just gone anyway. I hate to say it, but Rico is that guy.
Apparently, Shamir DK can practice in full today, so I guess DK is the play. If that's the case. If DK plays, I'm definitely off Van Jefferson, and then I'll be off of Conco a little bit more as well. But we'll see. We'll see about DK. It seemed like a multi-week injury. CK with Allen at quarterback, drop Danny Dimes for Quorum, Algier Pollard, 100% absolutely. Danny Dimes' schedule is pretty tough too for quarterbacks, so you're rolling with Allen every single week, and Allen's pretty indestructible. Danny Dimes, did I miss a question up here? I think I might have missed a question.
Did you? I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at.
No, I didn't. Here it is.
I was about to say Danny Dimes at KC percent.
Yeah. I think we're going Brissett. He's too hot right now. I know Dimes is coming off a bye. Kansas City's pissed. That's a tough matchup.
Yeah, tough matchup. Plus, they're going to be stopping JT. You might have to throw the ball more. I understand. I mean, I could see why you'd want to start him, but yeah, Jacoby just came off the highest completions, and they're probably going to be playing from behind.
I love how aggressive he's playing. I don't think I've seen a quarterback play this aggressive in many years. Like Jameis Winston, honestly, but he's not playing as dumb as Jameis. Jonathan says, got Emmanuel Wilson with the 11th waiver. Yoshi, Pearsall, Downs, Watson, or BTJ, if available. How would you rank them for a flex play with Chase gone for him? Not Pearsall, not Downs. BTJ, if there's good reports and he practices in full, I'd go BTJ. And then it's between Watson and Yoshi for me. I'm more comfortable with Yoshi, honestly. I know Watson's been playing well, but if it's PPR, full PPR, I want Yoshi. I want the 5 catches.
Yeah, I could not agree more with that. I understand the not liking. I don't know how I feel about BTJ there, but definitely Yoshi has to be in there. It's
we love him.
Yeah,
we love him.
Yeah, he should go crazy this week. He should.
We have James says, am I crazy using my waiver in the Texans defense? They just got dropped this week, and I'd have to stash them with Seattle. No, you have Seattle. So I'm looking at the playoffs matchups right now. Seattle has Indianapolis week 15, assuming you have a bye, Rams week 16, and then Carolina week 17. So you're definitely playing them against Carolina. They're kind of a defense you play all the time. But so you got to look at the matchups that the Texans defense has.
That Rams game, though. You said Rams week 16?
Yeah, I guess you can. I don't like rostering 2 defenses, and also don't like using waiver claim. If you have a low waiver priority, then do it. And if you really want to, then do it. Then you can just mix and match. But
yeah.
Michael, what percent do you think we'll see Burrow playing this season? I mean, this is just such a hard question to ask because
I think 0.
I can tell you, like, logically, it should be 0 because they're eliminated.
0. Yes, it should be 0. But
it's the Bengals. It's the Bengals. And I was saying,
about the Bears.
I'm not risking. I'm not wishing injury on anyone. I love Joe Burrow, but I need these franchises to understand to stop toying with our franchise quarterbacks. And like, if he comes back, his likelihood of tearing his Achilles is like 50% higher than it would be otherwise, right? I mean, we've seen this multiple times with NBA players, NFL players, like calf, foot, and toe injuries. When you come back from that too early, you're leaving your Achilles very vulnerable, and non-contact Achilles injuries. And Joe Burrow has already had too many. If he has this, we were talking about it yesterday. If Joe Burrow were to come back and tear his Achilles, knock on wood, let's hope it doesn't happen. He would miss next year for sure. And then essentially 2027 would be a lost year too, because these Achilles injuries take 2 years to heal, like to be yourself again. So we wouldn't have Joe Burrow until 2028. Like, dude, just sit him. Bengals, just sit him. We want to have Joe Burrow around for a while in our lives in fantasy and to watch him. I want good quarterback play. So I give it 50%. I'm going to tell you 50% because they're dumb. They're a bad franchise. Like, they're going to bring him back. Even if they lose this week. Stupid.
Yeah, they're so stupid.
Crazy.
So dumb. So dumb.
Mark, if Benson plays this week, can we throw him in lineups? I wouldn't. I mean, it depends like who you're talking about starting him over. Like if it's like Alvin Kamara, no, I'm not starting him over Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Swift. David Montgomery, no. It's the next level of guys. I would probably start him over, right? Like that Tajay Spears. Yes, I start him over Tajay Spears. Algier. I'm thinking of like kind of guys that are like after RB24. Ashton Genty, probably start him over Ashton Genty. Kidding. Ashton Genty's terrible.
I wish that was true. It's just that organization doesn't know what's going on. That's a multi-year thing where he'll be good. I don't know how great he'll be next year. It depends on what they do with the O-line and other changes that they make. But it's just not good. Having 2 rushes at the half against one of the worst rush defenses in the league is not something that any organization. I don't know how Tom Brady is, and then they're like, guys, what are we doing? You know, I don't know.
Why even pick them? It just makes no sense. So you're not going to use them. And they weren't a franchise that was in a position to draft a running back anyway. They had a million other needs, and they chose to draft a running back with a bad O-line, and then also a coach a coordinator that doesn't want to run the ball. It's just like there's like 5 mistakes in there. And I like Genty. I think he was worth the pick in the proper situation. Although I hate drafting running backs early, it does seem like a bad pick. Just because he doesn't seem like Jahmyr Gibbs, right? He's not Bijan Robinson. He's good, but he's a power back. You have some beers, Chaz? If we get some chugs, you got some?
I do. I put them in the fridge before I left earlier.
What a guy.
So we are ready. We are locked and loaded.
Sweet.
If it does.
Carlos, hey, boys, start Pearsall or Michael Wilson in PPR or Tez. Not Tez. It looks like he's fading there. I'm going Michael Wilson. It's not even close, right? Yep. Pearsall, I got to see it more. How do we see Stevenson rest of the season, Chaz? Ramondre Stevenson, he's practicing in a limited fashion this week. He might be back. This week you wouldn't start him, but like, what about, let's say if he comes back this week, go rank him week 13 and beyond.
Well, I mean, I'm going to tell you what it should be, but you never know what Vrabel is going to do because of what happened earlier in the season. So he should be getting phased out. He should still be seeing. I think Henderson should be getting 65, 70% of the snaps rest of the season, which means that, you know, Stevenson is basically I would say a non-starter in the future, but obviously that's not that's not going to happen. I think if he comes back realistically, it'll be I can't say 50-50. I think it's going to lean Henderson. It should lean Henderson, but you never know with Vrabel. It should be a pretty wide margin to where Henderson is about Cal, but I don't
GT.
think we'll do that.
Thank you, GT.
For the dono. Yeah.
CK says, I play one standard league with old dudes. That's about the leagues that play standard, the people that play standard.
Yeah.
David, my quarterbacks for Darnold, Brissett. I've started Darnold the last 2 weeks and been burned. If I bench Darnold this week, I'm afraid he'll deliver and Jacoby will bomb. Thoughts? I'm starting Sam Darnold off of a loss against the Titans. Like, I feel like they're going to have
Titans, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's just a recency bias type thing where you're mad because he upsetted you in the last couple of weeks, but if he was playing like he normally was and you saw Tennessee, you'd be thrilled. to see that.
Did you see the Discord, the CK's veto trade? His commissioners
I did
vetoing
not
trade because it's
see
his
that.
opinion. It
Is
was
it bad?
he was trading Bijan and getting Judkins and CeeDee Lamb like in a 10-team league. That's totally a fair trade. Like if anything, it's like
in a 10-team
yeah.
league, it can't be that. Did he veto that?
Yeah, it's been vetoed. It's the dumbest thing ever, and it's not within like both teams are in play. It's not like there's a collusion. Just wild, wacky stuff. I'm sorry, CK, about that.
Wow.
Thank you for your donation. Appreciate you, man.
Yep,
Are
thank you.
Pollard and Spears both droppable now?
Wow, that's so stupid.
No, I'd rather have Spears than Pollard, though, right?
Sorry, are Pollard and Spears both droppable now? Yeah. I mean, yeah, Spears, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, I want Spears over Pollard. I mean, essentially, they're both like pillaging each other's value, and there's no value to be had in that backfield anyway. But if one of them goes down, you would have a top 24 guy. I feel like that.
Yeah.
Max, this is a good question here. Am I crazy for thinking Patriots versus 49ers Super Bowl could happen this year? You are crazy. The Patriots, I think, are frauds. They have a better chance than the 49ers, bro. Dude, have you seen the 49ers defense, Chaz? They are dead last in pressure rate. They are the worst. Yeah, their defense, their secondary is not great.
All the guys got injured.
Yeah, and like I'm sorry, in the playoffs you get exposed. Like you cannot have a bottom 8 defense, and their defense looks like it's bottom 5, at least in terms of pressuring the quarterback. So like you're gonna play a team like the Seahawks and let Sam Darnold have all day back there. You're gonna play a team like the Rams and let Matt Stafford carve you up. You're gonna play a team like let's say with the Lions, right? The Lions are very, very human. If you play a team with a good pass rush, if you give Jared Goff time, they're gonna carve the fuck out of you. And you can't stop the run either. So, like, 49ers are a nice story. Their offense is good. It's fun for fantasy. But I think there's a 0% chance the Niners make the Super Bowl. Maybe I give them like 5% because like Kyle Shanahan's a good coach, and I like their offense. Yeah. But I love the the defensive scheme's good. Robert Saleh's legit. You can only band-aid it for so long. In the playoffs, you get exposed. You get exposed, and they're going to get exposed. I mean, they just literally let Jacoby Brissett throw for like 450 yards. I know it was garbage time, but like I don't care what it was. 450 yards. End of story. And you know how many sacks? You know how many times they sacked Jacoby Brissett?
Probably none.
He dropped back 60 times, bro. 60 dropbacks in a situation they're going to pass. They were blitzing and they couldn't get home. That is damning, bro. Again, we go beyond the box score on the show, and they are absolutely dog shit on defense. And their offense is good, but it's not as good as the Rams offense. I don't feel.
The Rams offense is too good. I think we're going to see, I think the Rams kind of like hitch back their offense just a little bit. And then I think they're going to ramp it up again for the end of the season in the playoffs. And I think that's going to be very, very good for them. I think it's going to take them deep in this playoffs.
Answer a couple more questions. We got to get to our panic meter. Our Pollard and Spirit, we already got to that one. My bad. If Benson's a full go, him or Yoshi?
I'd say Yoshi. Well, PPR? Are we talking PPR? Are we talking
full PPR? You go receiver. Half PPR. We go Benson.
Yeah, that's half PPR. Let's go Benson, and then otherwise Yoshi.
In a flex spot, who would you rather start, Pitts or Mooney?
I'm gonna go Mooney, just off of what Kirk was able to do with him last year, compared to what he was doing with Pitts last year. So.
100%. Alec Pierce versus Chiefs, Michael Wilson versus Jaguars, Bootsy versus Bengals, or Trey Tucker versus Browns. I'm picking the first two, Alec Pierce and Michael Wilson.
Yeah, pick two. Yep, the first two that you said. I mean, Booty, he's there for a deep play, maybe, but you never know. It's never a guarantee. And Trey Tucker against the Browns is just rough. So, first two.
007. I don't ever care about pairing my quarterback. I don't make that as a decision. So playing McBride, yes, you're playing, and I would play Brissett anyway, like regardless. Danny Dimes is a tough matchup. This was for you, Chaz. Caleb versus Steelers, Baker versus Rams, or Danny Boy versus Chiefs.
Ooh, I'm gonna go Caleb versus Steelers here. I know it's kind of iffy. I think that Rams defense is just too good. And then I think the Chiefs are just going to have their way with Danny Dimes this upcoming week. I think Caleb is going to try and put the Steelers in the in the ground, as what I would say, especially if A-Rod is starting. I think that's a game where he's circled on his calendar saying that he's got to win that. But if anything, Caleb just has way more rushing upside compared to any other of those guys. So I don't know if you'd agree with me on that, but I'm not sure.
I do.
Go Caleb other than those two guys.
He's due for a big week too. His numbers have not been great. Ramos says Saquon, Kenneth Walker, Trey Benson, Sean Tucker, Emmanuel Wilson start 2-1 flex. Saquon for sure, Emmanuel Wilson for sure, and then I think I'm gonna go with this guy.
I didn't want to say the name because I already knew you were gonna pull up the clip whether I was saying the name. Or not,
I didn't Tiny answer you. Is that your answer as well?
Yes. I definitely have the first two, and then I was just waiting for you to say Ken Walker, but then you played the clip. So,
Chaz, start Shakir tomorrow night, or take my chances on Gainwell with Warren injured.
Oof, I'd go Shakir. I don't know if that's what you would do, but no Coleman, no other guys there. So, I mean, Shakir's always. I think he's like a great just 4 type of play, and then if he somehow has one of those big touchdown plays that he sometimes has, that's amazing. He hits his ceiling, but his 4 is very, very high, which is pretty much what you want in a guy like him. He's
give me Shakir.
A star for you. Yep.
Now, if Warren was officially ruled out, I would play Gainwell, but I feel like it's 60% chance that Warren plays. So now you're stuck with a 50-50 timeshare at best with Gainwell against a Bears defense that is decent. It's decent, let's be honest. Chuba was just dropped in our league. Should he be rostered? 4 bench spots in a 12-man league. Borderline, I wouldn't roster him over Corum Algier. I would roster him over Isaiah Davis and guys of that ilk, but he's literally just a handcuff right now. So is it borderline for you?
Especially only 4 bench spots is kind of tough. So yeah, I'd say borderline no, but I can see if you wanted to, because I mean if Rico somehow does get hurt, then he's in role for a bunch of volume, which is what you want in that. But in reality, no.
All right, we're going to answer Wally's question, then we're going to get to our panic meter. I'm going to play the intro, and then just keep on putting the questions in, gentlemen. We'll get to them. If you don't have time to stick around, throw me a little $2 super chat. We'll get to it right away. I got to ask Chaz a couple questions on this panic meter stuff real quick. Wally, I know this may be an easy question to answer. Start 2, T. Higgins, Hendo, Woody Marks, Jamison Williams, and he has Zay Flowers. So if Stevenson's coming back, would you start J-Mo or Zay Flowers over Henderson, or is Henderson a must start either way?
Do you know what his league is? Is it PPR? What are we working?
I think it's PPR. Yeah, full PPR. Full PPR.
All right. So if Stevenson is back, I wouldn't mind going J-Mo. I'm not that big of a J-Mo guy, but I really think Campbell's trying to work him in a lot in this offense. So yeah, if it's PPR, you go Higgins and J-Mo. If it's not, you go Higgins and Hendy.
I agree. All right, we hit you guys with the intro and then get a little panic meter and just keep on getting those questions in here, boys, and we'll get to them. How bad is Shedeur Sanders, Chaz? Give me 30 seconds on Shedeur.
Shedeur is the epitome of like just the coach's kid on like an NFL team somehow. Like, right? Isn't that exactly?
I mean, that's exactly what he is. I mean, he's awful.
Yes, that is exactly what he is. But like, even like in metaphor, it's like the coach's kid somehow on a professional team. That's exactly what it looks like.
Thank you, Turgay. Says like plus sub. Also, Rodgers fucking retire already. These proud all-time athletes just always stay 2 years or sometimes 3 years. Think about Karl Malone in the NBA. Some of these guys. Now, someone like LeBron James is still a top 20, top 15 player in the NBA. I get why he's staying, ring chasing. He's still not only a starter, like he's amazing. Now, if LeBron, it would be like LeBron James playing till he's
an all-star.
Like I think LeBron James at 48 might be as good as Rodgers is now in terms of his position. Thank you, Turgay. And I have a little meme I want to play you regarding Shedeur Sanders. Turgay, you got to get in the Discord. We need you in the Discord because you've been in here a lot and we appreciate you. Here's we call him Shitter Sanders though.
And Shitter Sanders is coming into the game. Blue 42, blue 42.
What is he saying? I don't know. Just roll with it.
Pretty good. I got to shout out the Patreon members. It's growing every day, gentlemen. Shout out to everyone that's been joining in the Discord. Appreciate you guys. We have 4 different tiers in there for everyone's budget. If you want to just $2 a month, get in the Discord. $5, you want access to my early bets. Chaz, we are crushing right now. 54-29 in the NFL. We are crushing right now. If you want to be a guest on the show, you want free merchandise, you want to play Fantasy League with us, all those kind of things. Again, shout out to all the Patreon members. The record's the record. If you just want to make money on bets, you want access to these as I place them to get the odds, I'll give you my Shakir bet tomorrow is 41.5. Get that now. It's going to move up. We already have 2 guys ruled out. You know, Kincaid's out and Curtis Samuel's ruled out. So Coleman's also a scratch. So that's going to go up to 48 yards. 3. Get that now. Get that now, everybody. Also, here's Helen Hunt. Hot lady, huh? Hot lady.
I guess.
Yeah. All right, we're going to start with the panic meter here. Chaz's panic meter. His first name on the list. This might sound weird to you, but it's Lamar Jackson. He is playing hurt right now, man. It's apparent. He's missing early practice every time. It's a knee issue. It's an ankle issue. He was missing time earlier in the year with a hamstring. What is your panic on Lamar? Not so much like are you starting him, but can you fire him up as a top 3 option with confidence? 10 total panic, 1 no panic.
I don't think you're firing him up as a top 3 option right now, but I think he can get there by the end of the season. But the panic meter right now is going to be. I'm gonna go 5. I don't know what you're gonna say here, but I'm gonna go around 5. I'm not fully panicked, but I'm a little panicked. It's Lamar. I think once he gets more healthy, he just has to be in right now because they have to win games. So there's kind of things like we understood, like what was going to happen with that team. So I think down the stretch is when you're going to be able to see him thrive. But I thought it was kind of expected. You know, he's coming back a little bit hurt, dinged up. He's not going to be the full Lamar Jackson. I understand he came back and had that 4 touchdown game against the Dolphins, but it's the Dolphins, and I can't trust what any other team does to the Dolphins. So
here's the problem, Chaz. Their schedule is so easy. They don't need him. They don't need him running. Yeah. They don't want him running. So now he's not running. Yes, his value generally is on 40, 50 rushing yards a game plus the touchdown numbers. He's not getting the touchdown numbers and he's not running. And they're just going to feed the ball to Derrick Henry. That's all they have to do to win the game. The defense looks better. I'm saying 7 because I would rank him weekly at quarterback 7, which is that's not the Lamar Jackson we expect. And it's like the question is like I heard questions of like percent of Lamar Jackson and like. Dude, it's a question. The point is, it's an actual valid question. That gives me a 7 panic meter. Next guy, Quinshon Judkins. It's the quarterback question, right?
I'm not even going to lie. I haven't been keeping track with Quinshon, so I don't really know how he has been doing or has not been doing.
He gets 18 touches, and it's like 60 yards, and like no catch, no passing game involvement, and they're not scoring touchdowns because they're not scoring any touchdowns.
Well, the thing is, what I'll say is I'm gonna talk in the fact of like where you probably drafted Judkins. I understand he was great for a little bit there, but I mean he's still a great pick in where he was drafted from or where you got him from. I understand people might be panicking on him right now. If his production did dip, because I remember I was watching Red Zone and you just see him chugging along. And obviously, I'm assuming these past 2 weeks have been pretty cold. So the panic, I'll go, God, I don't even know what number to give because I don't want to say like as from a draft order perspective. But then
no, just in terms of like confidence starting him as an RB2, as like a front end RB2, which is where he has been ranked.
I'd go 3 or 4. That's
yeah, I'm with you.
You said RB2.
The defense is so good.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, the defense is so good. He's not getting game scripted out of games like you would think. And I don't care how bad the quarterback play is, they're going to give him 20 touches. Next name, Xavier Worthy. I think we talked about him last week, but it just keeps on getting worse for him. And the offense is looking kind of broken too. And he's got an ankle injury. Like, is he droppable? Like, because I hate dropping him because he's paired with Patrick Mahomes, but Tyquan Thornton's a better player than him right now. And Rashee Rice is the number 1. Travis Kelce's having a resurgence. So is this like a 9?
It's a 9 or a 10. I was even saying last week I don't like Xavier Worthy at all. He has those like 5 to 6 plays that are specifically drawn up for him because of his speed. But then other than that, it's like he doesn't do anything else. And if he doesn't produce on those plays, it's like okay. And now it seems like it's been limited because they're just trying to get him involved. Now it's more so as can he help us win right now, and that's no. In the fact of they have to win out basically if they want to keep their playoff hopes for sure.
All right, I got a little special segment for you here, Chaz. You're going to love this. It's about Cortland Sutton. Here you go. That's you giving him head, just so you know. You love Cortland Sutton. So what is your love meter? Is your love meter still a 10 on Cortland Sutton? Because it's been awful ever since you came on here and talked him up. You talked it out of existence.
I did. I did. I swear. I wasn't like the first couple of weeks I was on here, like 4 or 5 weeks into the season, I wasn't talking about him, and then I come on here and I'm like, man, like Cortland Sutton's this guy. He's awesome. And then I don't know. I just stole the juju away from him. The love meter is pretty low right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's at like a 3 out of 10. Is what I'd say. The love meter, not the panic. The panic meter would be at an 8 or a 9.
Would you rather have Troy Franklin right now or Cortland Sutton? Full PPR. Who do you want?
Would I be biased if I said I can't say Sutton. I just can't say Sutton. That's the thing.
I'm saying Sutton still. I still say Sutton.
Really? You're always on the side of like back for it, which I could see a lot of that of, but I don't know, man. It's tough. I would much rather have Franklin. I think it's close, but it's not.
Give me the touchdowns for Sutton. He'll get them. Next guy, 3 more guys on the list for the panic meter. Ashton Genty coming off 4 carries in the first half, 7 carries total in that game Monday Night Football. Unreal. He doesn't look great. Is it 10? 10 out of 10 for you? Yeah, based on where he was drafted to and just he's not an RB1 anymore.
At the end of the first round. Drafted at the end of the first round and just hasn't given you what you wanted at all. And now that he's not even getting usage, you're just boned, basically.
The only upside there, and the nice thing is that Ashton Genty's getting some passing down work. You know, he had like 6 catches. Now it's 6 catches for 20 yards. But I like the talent still. I have him in one league. It's a 12-team PPR home league. And I have like my 5th receiver is Chris Olave, and I can start 4. So like my team's stacked. I'm still starting Genty every week. I don't like it, but like I just know at least I get a floor with him, and that's really all you're getting is a floor. But next guy, Bucky Irving. So this is more like let's assume he comes back with Sean Tucker emerging, and then Rachaad White being, you know, already going to have a role in that offense. He had it when Bucky was playing. There's a chance that this is the negative, the downside case of Bucky Irving coming back. It's limited workload. It's sharing the early down, possibly goal line work with Sean Tucker, and then sharing the passing down stuff with Rachaad White. And it becomes a 3-headed committee, almost like a version of what we see with Washington right now. And I don't like that. So where would you – I'm going to ask you this. Where would you rank Bucky? Let's say he comes back and, you know, he starts ramping up and plays – let's say he's a 60% snap share player. Like, where would you rank Bucky? Their schedule does get easier, but where would you rank Bucky rest of the season, fantasy playoffs? Like, where would you rank him? Is he like a back-end mid-teens-ish, 18, 17 at running back, or is he still like top 14 guy?
I was going to say 15. I think he can still be that kind of guy if he comes back. Now the 60% would be tough, but I mean, the guy's, let's not forget what the guy does when he does play. So, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, the guy's amazing, and they win ball games when he's playing. So that's kind of what I'm looking at more so.
It's just once the offense takes a step up, which he will, and like I mentioned, the schedule gets easier. That's the plus for Bucky, and the talent's elite. Puka, last guy's Puka. It's weird because you're not never benching him, but his snap share is way down. They're playing so much 13 personnel. He's not seeing the field in any of those. It's just like, would you rather have Nico Collins? Let's phrase it like this: would you rather have Nico Collins rest of the season or Puka in full PPR?
Puka. I think people are just too out on Puka. I think
I'm not out.
Offense will be at. Well, I'm just saying, like compared to like where he was at, I think this offense is just going to get grooving again once he's back. Or well, I won't say once he's back. Once they start, I think, like I said earlier, I think the offense is taking a little bit of a break because of how well it's doing, and the 13 personnel is working for them, and it's keeping Puka healthy. That's really what I'm thinking about, right? So I think once it gets later in the season and they want to start, you know, expanding things again, I think that's when we're going to see Puka be Puka again.
And they're going to have to really fight and claw to get this bye, which is, you know, now the NFL has one bye. It's very important for them. Not so much for the home field advantage, just to have a week of rest. right? One less game you have to play. All right, let's get back to the questions. Thanks for being patient, everybody. We're only 15 minutes behind the chat. That's like a record for us. It's a pretty slow night again. GT, QJ, Emmanuel Wilson, or Chase Brown? Let's call this full PPR. So it's not QJ. So the answer is either Emmanuel Wilson or Chase Brown.
I'm gonna go. Okay, this is once again, it's purely PPR, because if it's PPR, I'm going to go Chase Brown because I think the usage will be there with the receiving work. But if it's not, then give me Wilson.
Good call, man. Because Chase Brown with no P Ryan being there, and now you have Jamar Chase being out, he's going to catch 6 or 7 passes.
Yep.
Flex Michael Wilson or
QJ,
Alec Pierce?
No, he just said QJ means Judkins.
Oh, okay. Either way, it's not going to be
Judkins.
Judkins.
You don't think so?
Not in full PPR.
Yeah.
I like the matchup against the Raiders. I do like the matchup.
All right.
So maybe it's close. It's close. I mean, Emmanuel Wilson or Quentin Johnson, or sorry, I keep on calling Quentin Johnson or Quinshon Judkins. Where are you going between those two? At half PPR, let's say it's half PPR. I would take Chase Brown out of the conversation. Wilson's better in half PPR. Or would you just play Judkins over Emmanuel Wilson?
Yeah, that's what I do. It's the Raiders, man. It's the Raiders.
Yeah, it's the Raiders.
That's how I'd say.
I got you. What do you got, Michael Wilson or Alec Pierce?
Michael Wilson. You just can't go away from what he did last week. So you know he's going to be in a lot of questions this week, and it's hard to say. It's hard to not say Michael Wilson. That's what I'll say.
He's balling right now, man. My question earlier should have been Sharp or Bucky in flex full PPR. If Bucky plays, Charbonnet or Bucky. Now Charbonnet has the Titans. That's a very nice matchup.
Yeah, I think I'm still going. What are you saying? I was about to listen to you.
Well, they're playing Kenneth Walker. They're playing this man right here. They're giving him more run. He has actually taken over the lead back, and it's not a huge gap. It's like 60-40, 57-43%, with Charbonnet getting 43. So do you trust Bucky coming back, I guess is the question, the first week back?
I would.
Okay, so we're going Bucky.
Compared to what I was going to say Sharp, but I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, it's hard to not say Bucky, especially with what Walker's doing and how much usage they're going to give Walker. So if he plays, I think you go Bucky.
All right, thoughts on my Harvey for his Gatson full PPR from Joe Blacko. I ain't trading Harvey. I don't even like Harvey, but I like the workload.
Gatson's also taken a little bit of a fall off, unless you have nobody at tight end. But still, Gatson wasn't one of those first guys that's picked. He was in the end, so it feels like you should still have somebody else, right?
I would do it for Tyler Warren. That's my line, right? George Kittle, obviously. You're not going to get Trey McBride, but Tucker, Tootin, or Singletary full PPR. Dude, Singletary, I read a stat that it was 49 to 51% snaps for him and Tyron Tracy, and they both ran 15 routes out of the backfield. Literally the most even split in the history of backfield splits. Yep. It's Sean Tucker. If Bucky plays, it's not Sean Tucker. Yeah.
So if Bucky plays, it's not Tucker. I would go Tootin. Is that what you were thinking there or no?
Tootin's the upside shot. Singletary is a floor play because, like I said, he's in literally a 50-50 split.
I like the
tougher matchup
shot,
for sure, but yeah, Tootin looks good too. So give me Tootin. The answer is Sean Tucker if Bucky misses. If Bucky doesn't miss, we're gonna go Tootin. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, he's a. Hey, JJ McCarthy's not good, and I was defending him. Here's the problem, Wally. I was defending him last week when everyone was blasting him. All my coasts were blasting him because I had the Justin Jefferson bet, 68 yards, and he can't even feed the best receiver in football. So he looks awful. JJ looks awful. I'm saying it's a lost cause, but this season's a lost cause, and he's a lost cause for this season. It's terrible. I don't know. He's something about him rubs me the wrong way. Really, and Storey brings up the sign in the camera when he had 9 completions in the national championship game. You know what? He's a local kid. He seems like a nice kid, but I don't know, man. Just
you echo Sam
play ball,
man.
Just play
You
ball.
won
Yeah.
14 games. Won 14 games, and you said, you know what, we're going to toss that for our rookie.
And you had Danny Dimes. You should have kept Danny Dimes around too for a backup. And you know what? I'm telling you, Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings told us all they need to know about JJ McCarthy when they kept on throwing the corpse of literally the corpse of Carson Wentz out there with no shoulder. Carson Wentz is terrible, and he couldn't even move his shoulder. And JJ McCarthy was able to come back. I promise you, 6 weeks for a high ankle sprain. They just know he's not the guy, at least not this year. So like that is really damning for JJ McCarthy. We'll see, man. He's really good in the fourth quarters when you're losing. Sit one, Brees, Woody, Judkins, Pittman, and PPR.
Sit one.
I'm sitting Woody or Pittman. It's one of those two.
I was say it can't be Breeze, and probably not Judkins. I'd go Woody. I would sit Woody there.
If Stevenson gets the green light this week, who would you start between him and Corum? That's a spicy meatball.
That's
you can't play Corum literally at home against the Buccaneers. Buccaneers have an elite run D.
Man,
like dude, James Cook only had like 45 yards rushing last week. So, but I also don't want to start Stevenson.
It's hard to start either, but I would go Stevenson still.
Yeah, Shavers could be a sleeper. I like him the most of all the guys. Like, I probably like Shavers more than Josh Palmer, and definitely more than Gabe Davis. So yeah, Shavers is a sleeper. He ran like 50% of the routes last week, and that might even go up a little bit. They like Shavers there. Scott says, "What's up, boys? What's going on, Scott?" Shout out to Scott. He's a Patreon member. Love you, man. How many turnovers will Ravens force against the piss poor Jets? Now, hey, we have a quarterback change. No more Justin Fields. I can't win any more money on my Justin Fields rushing props. 6-1 this year on Justin Fields rushing props. The man was really kind to me, not so much in fantasy. I got 3 good weeks from him. It seems like a million years ago where he had that 40 burger against the Steelers, or 38 points, whatever he put up. What a good game. He had like 240 yards passing in that game.
I thought turnovers? He could be back here. I thought he could be back here, and then it was just all downhill from there. It was not good at all.
No.
But how many turnovers are Ravens
force? 2.
I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go 4. I think it's gonna be bad.
4.
I think Tyrod
Bloodbath
sucks, man. Tyrod is so bad. I don't trust him at all.
Scott's got the Pats kickers and Browns defense this week. I love the Browns defense this week against Geno. That just looks awesome.
Yep.
Like he just throws picks and gets sacked. The two ways that you can get awesome fantasy points. And Myles Garrett's gonna have a field day. Like, what's the over-under for Myles Garrett sacks? Like, realistically, like, I bet it's going to be set at 1.5, like, for even money, which is a lot. No player's ever at 1.5. I would hit that over.
Yeah, they're never at 1.5. So,
everyone should be playing Yoshi.
But
yeah, right. I'm just saying what you think Vegas would set it at.
Joe,
we should all be playing Yoshi. We need some Yoshi in our life. I've been really good on these deep calls that have been just like not only hitting, but like Parker Washington had 3 touchdowns in 2 games. Michael Wilson had literally half a season worth of receiving yards for most players. James Bond, if I'm starting Brissett next 2 weeks with Burrow potentially coming back, is Danny Dimes a drop? No. And we're on the belief that Burrow won't come back. So Burrow's still on your IR. So you're fine.
At all. Yeah, just stash Burrow there.
Here we go. Are you guys sold on the Cowboys defense? It's better. I'm not sold on them, but they're a middle of the pack unit. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'd say they definitely upgraded, but it's still the Cowboys defense, and they still have a lot of work to do to become a top tier. But yeah, I mean, middle of the pack. Yeah, I could see that all day long.
In a redraft big money league, is it cool for time for a playoff hunt to try to trade for a team that's out of the playoffs? So like, is it acceptable if you're in the playoffs or anyone to trade to it? If a team's eliminated, in my leagues, it doesn't happen. I don't allow it. If you're eliminated, you have no reason to make a trade. You're not making a trade. That's stupid. Like, what are you trading for?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I view it. Normally I'm saying all teams could make trades, but yeah, it's like the only thing that could happen. It's like you're not like why are you trading? And you're already this deep. You already did this deep in the season, to where it's like you could have already made your move or something like that a while ago. Instead, you're just trying to react with something that's going on now. And if anything, if you're going to overreact or do anything like that with the player that's hurt, it's more so of just try and get a trade with one of those top teams that are going to have a bye.
Yeah, I don't allow it in my leagues. Like I literally say, like once you're eliminated, and then that's officially like you're not allowed to. And if you're, let's say right now, if you're 4-7, and it requires you running the table and getting some luck, as in you have to go 3-0, and you have to have a couple teams go like 0-3, which is like 1% likelihood. It better make sense, because if you're trading guys at 50, if you're trading for Drake London or something, if you're trading for guys that are hurt or guys that aren't going to help you right away, and it's a lopsided trade, it's vetoed. I'm not for that. There's no vetoes in my leagues, but like, there's a judgment call on that end, like where like the trade we were talking about earlier that got vetoed. That's a fair trade, like not something like that. But it better make sense for you to make that trade to make your team better. Otherwise, it's getting vetoed. That's the problem with these. That's why it sucks being a commissioner, because people are always going to second guess everything you do. I try to like leave it out of my hands as much as I can, but you also have to have some form of government and someone organizing the shit, because the normal veto system just don't work, because people just veto every trade. It's stupid. It's petty bullshit. What's wrong with KC?
Is that the normal with because every league that I'm in, it's not where people can vote on it. It's more so we look at a trade and we're like, okay, maybe one side, we all can definitely lean aside, but it's still dynasty in our leagues. Like that's kind of what we're looking at. Now, I understand with your leagues when you're talking about like those lopsided trades, but yeah, I don't like the leagues at all where it's the people can vote, because then it's like, okay, like a trade that doesn't impact them or is only going to impact them negatively. It's like, okay, but why wouldn't they just veto it, So
because they don't want, like, the reason they veto them, they don't want teams getting better. It's like they're not involved in the trade if both teams can get better.
That's what I'm saying.
If a team has Mahomes and Drake May, and someone that doesn't have a quarterback gets Drake May, and the other team gets like an RB2, that they need an RB2, and now both teams got better, and they're like, fuck that. You can't let people do dumb things. People are stupid. You can't let them control these things. What's wrong with KC, Chaz? Do you have belief in KC? Would you place a Super Bowl bet on KC right now? No, they're going to have an uphill climb, to say the least, to make the playoffs, because Jaguars are ahead of them, and Jaguars have the tiebreaker. You have the Ravens, and the Steelers that could possibly sneak into that wild card spot. They're going to have to go. They're going to have to, at the worst, have 7 losses, and they already have 5.
Well, yeah, what I saw was the only way they can for sure guarantee themselves in the playoffs is if they go 7-0. Like if they lose a game, then there's a situation where the Jaguars and other guys can somehow have those win-loss combinations to where they're still on the playoffs. So
right. Well, that's not going to happen though, because that's crazy. I'd say 6-1 would guarantee him in. That's most likely going to guarantee him in.
Yeah, that's what
that would give them 11 wins. So like, but 5-2 now, we're talking. They need at least like they're 50% chance of getting in if they go 5-2, right? They're at, that's not a guarantee. So they need some luck to go along with that too. So I do believe they make it. And the thing is, if they make it, they're as dangerous as anyone. I don't care. Patrick Mahomes, they don't need home games either. They don't need home games.
Yeah, that's what I was. What I've always said about Patrick Mahomes, now that he's been in the league for a while now and he's great, and is that he doesn't care so much about the regular season or even the home games. He cares more just about getting there healthy. So if he's in there, he's always going to be somebody that can go on a run, because we've all seen Mahomes in the playoffs. I mean, he's the best QB in the league right now in the playoffs. I mean, I don't know what anyone else would say. I know J-Bob would probably say Hurts, but that's just J-Bob's, bias, of course. But
he loves him. He loves him.
He does love him. But yeah, I mean, KC's just got. They just got to get back on track. It's just, I just think Mahomes is already going to turn on the playoff mode to where it's like, okay, we can't lose. And I think it's going to be pretty scary coming down the stretch.
They're -3.5 right now at home against the Colts coming off a bye. If that goes down to -3, I might bet the Chiefs, and I don't bet lines, but I might do that one. Wally says Bills at Texans. What's your all score prediction, a fantasy point prediction? I would say 24-17 or 20-13, 20-14, that range.
I'm so sorry. I'm just, the Bulls almost blew a lead. And,
we don't care about the Bulls.
Holy crap. Bruce just hit a game winner. Don't mess him up, boy. Bruce.
That was a nice look at that setup he has. Well, yeah. Yeah, I have 24-17ish, and then you don't apologize. You're fine. I like look at the passion that Chaz has. Yeah, I have passionate guests on here. See what you don't realize in the background, I have porn going on, and whenever there's a money shot, I'm always just like, yes. And I would say I want to bet or something, but I'm actually watching money shots. So I like the Bills in this game. The Texans defense is very stingy, very good. I think Nico
Very,
Collins has a
very
big
good.
game, and I think Shakir has a big game. James Cook, he's not going to have a lot of room to run. And I think Josh Allen might disappoint fantasy owners.
Yeah, I think this might be a disappointment for Josh Allen, but not many other players in that sense.
Chaz is definitely all locked and loaded with beers already. He's ready. He's
Yeah,
excited. You got pretty drunk
put my
last week, right?
Dude, here, I'll tell you what happened. So basically what I did after, we left, I opened up another one and I'm like, man, low key, I got class. I should probably whatever. So I left it on my desk and I also left a water bottle and I literally was walking over in the pitch black and I knocked beer all over my setup and I was cleaning up at 4 a.m. I was so pissed at myself. But I was laughing so hard too. I don't know what I was doing, but
well,
it was
beer.
pretty funny.
I always tell people, chugging a beer is like drinking 2 beers. So 3 chugs is
it
like 6
does.
beers. And
I was so surprised.
you give me some
how
respect for
quickly it
some of
got
these streams where I have 4 or 5 before the stream. I have 3 or 4 on the stream in terms of sipping, and I chug 4 or 5. That's 18 beers, bro. That's essentially 18
I'm
beers in my
giving
system.
you so much credit for that because I
And
had
stay,
what did we do?
pretty
3?
coherent. Yeah, we did 3.
I had 3 and I was feeling really good. And but normally I don't like chugging stuff though. I like just simple
yeah,
sip.
and you're a smaller dude. I got 250 pounds.
I'm a lightweight.
Bro. I've been drinking for many years.
about half
GT
that.
Lays or Ruffles? What do you got? Lays or Ruffles?
Oh, Lays all day. The Ruffles used to be the favorite, but no. The Lays, just give me the original Lays. The original Lays is probably one of the best chips out there. Hands down. It's not better than Doritos though.
Joe Blacko says Titans run D is better with Jeff Simmons back. That is very true. They need him, but it's one guy. Their defense sucks, and there's just gonna be so much volume to be had. Blake, Tiny Dancer finally scored a TD this week. Finally, dude. Finally, the Tiny Dancer. It's been forever.
The Tiny Dancer, man. Just don't give up.
Absolutely. I'm always looking for Jack Doyle.
Hey, guys, the management needs everybody to get out because they caught a guy jerking off in here, and they're going to send in a crew to wipe down the loads. Go ahead.
All right, moving on. I went way up there. Here we go. Where are we at?
I love It's Always Sunny. That's great. That's a great show.
It's the bomb. It is the bomb. So Laser Ruffles, we were split on that one for sure.
We're split, but I don't know. Actually, I do know. It's Lays.
Too greasy. Gibbs plus a Dunze for CMC. Would drop Loveland and a Dunze isn't starting over Diggs, Collins, or Waddle. Man, I don't know, man. With Sam Laporta out, you saw what they're doing with Gibbs in the passing game. I ain't doing that. If it's a 10-team league, maybe 12-team league. No, I see your team. You have Diggs, Collins, Waddle. Diggs is fine.
It feels like he could go Odunze with someone else and upgrade, somewhere else other than on Gibbs. I understand the thought process there, right? But don't you think he could pair Odunze up with maybe someone else or another wide receiver and try and upgrade a wide receiver?
I'm just not doing it because CMC, you see it starting to come now. They gave him so much work because he was all they had. Now you got Pearsall back. You have Jennings back healthy. You have Kittle back healthy. Purdy's in there. He throws the ball more. So he's going to be much more touchdown reliant than early in the year. It was all on receiving work, right? And just volume. The volume won't be there. So you're going to have a couple disappointing CMC games. Now, when I say disappointing CMC games, I'm talking 18 or 19 fantasy points in PPR. That's like a floor. But Gibbs has Gibbs floor is 14. So I'm not trading Odunze and Gibbs. 10-team league, yes. Other than that, not doing it. I think that's too much. Yoshi, Hollins, or Taz. This is Yoshi by a landslide, brother.
Yep.
Sean Tucker it was magnificent. You know what? It was a hot hand thing because it was Rachaad White getting 70% of the work the first quarter. And then Sean Tucker just started cooking, and then he just took over that backfield. So we saw this last year, though. Sean Tucker had a 14-carry game, 3 touchdowns, 140 yards. Next week, he's back to the bench. So yeah. I don't think it's going to be quite the same this year, but that's still a concern. Even if we have no Bucky Irving in this game, it's still a concern. It's not like I'd rather start Emmanuel Wilson over Sean Tucker all day and twice on Sunday.
Yep.
Mark says Burrow is back and playing this week. I highly doubt that. I know he practiced in full. Practicing is not playing in a game. So I think that'd be silly to bring him back against the Patriots. They're not doing that. And they're not doing that.
Like, again,
Adam,
it's a guy you're paying $55 million a year. Like, just sit him the rest of the season. Just have him sit so that he's for sure ready for 2026, 2027, 2028. You don't want to risk any other injury. It's just so stupid.
Storey made a really
good
point.
Conversation.
Yeah, Storey made a really good point that even let's just say they had a better record. Let's just say they were 500 right now. As currently constructed, this is not. I don't care how good Joe Burrow is. We both agree he's a stud, probably top 2 in the league at quarterback. The defense is so bad, and the offensive line is so bad that it doesn't matter. Like, they could never win. It was the thing I said about the Niners. The Bengals could never win a Super Bowl this year. Their defense is bottom 3, and their offensive line is bottom 3. So, like, you need a Herculean performance from Joe Burrow just to, like, win a game. So, like, you think they're going to run the table and win 4 playoff games to win the Super Bowl? Like, absolutely not. Like, the NFC is strong. The AFC is really strong. Like, first-round matchup would be, like, a team with the Ravens or Chiefs is your first-round matchup. No way, bro. Like, the year's over. You know, invest in your defense, Cincinnati, and get some left tackle or two. I've got Olave, AJ Brown, and JMO. I think Yoshi's going to have a great game, but I don't think I could play him over those 3. Imagine starting Yoshi over AJ Brown.
Ah, man. And did you see after the game, they're like, yeah, we weren't even like trying to get him the ball. It was kind of just like, oh, he was open on those plays. I mean, it felt like he was getting fed the ball, which was kind of BS. But
I'm aware. I lost the bet on him, and I watched him get 12 targets. He couldn't hit 60 yards. Unfucking believable.
That's
embarrassing.
How did he not?
That's embarrassing.
Brutal. But no,
and,
you guys started.
You know, it was my bet on Monday night was Pickens over 64 yards. It was so refreshing watching a guy I bet on with competent quarterback play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, watching Jalen Hurts try to hit a guy downfield is just like, it's a roller coaster. And like watching Dak throw the ball downfield is like, yeah, it's probably gonna be completed. Not only that, he's gonna hit him in stride, and then you have a playmaker where like AJ Brown is not the playmaker he used to be. I don't know what it is. I'll say this. You know what in a league setting that AJ Brown's a must start in, if it's point per PPPR. No, PPPR, points per page read. Because if he's if he reads those books on the sidelines, so like he sometimes gets through like 27 pages on the sidelines, and then when it's a timeout or they're on defense. If you get a PPPR league, AJ Brown's a must start. He's reading books. If you don't get pages read, I don't know. Is that a good joke? It's kind of a bad one.
It's very one.
Ask, but Yoshi Vosh over Brock this week.
Bowers?
Brock Bowers? No, we're not doing that one. I love Yoshi. I love
Brock
Yoshi.
Bowers is Brock Bowers, guys. Come on.
He's crushing. Do you think Darnell Mooney will be good this week with Drake London out? I have Waddle on bye. Not a must start, but would you start Mooney or Yoshi Vosh? He's thinking.
I'm gonna go with Yoshi. I think everyone calls him different names, but
it's Yoshi. Yeah, it's hard to spell his name too. I want Yoshi over him just because the better quarterback play. Right? He spelled it right.
It's better quarterback play. They're going to be playing from behind. They're going to be passing the ball for sure more. It's just, and the offense is just like way, way better. That's where I'm looking in.
All right. We got to get to these questions here. Also got to show you a picture of Helen Hunt. Helen Hunt. There she is, Mrs. Hunt. Again, shout out to the Patreon members. Shout out to everyone in here helping me out. You want to check it out, get on there, get access to my bets. We are crushing ass right now. Also, again, we're too short of a chug. We want to get our boy drunk. Here is the fundraiser here. Every 5 super chats of any color, beer chug. Every $20 super chat, beer chug. Everyone that signs up during the show for the Patreon, beer chug. We can really stack these up, and Chaz will get drunk and spill shit all over his computer again, which we don't want that to happen. We want to get him drunk. He's already a giggly dude, but yeah, he's even more giggly then. Here we go. If you had to, are you dropping one of Corum or Brian Robinson Jr. for Stevenson? Man, if you need a start, I'm not doing it just because the question mark with Stevenson's there. Like Corum and Brian Robinson are league winners. So if you need to start one, I'm fine with starting Brian Robinson. Honestly, he's getting red zone work.
Yeah. He is. He's getting reds. He was getting red zone work, and plus if CMC goes down, or no, were you talking about Corum? Were you talking about? I mean, I was watching the Niners last week.
Yeah,
that's what
Brian
I was
Robinson's
talking
getting
about.
goal line work though. Like Corum's
Yeah.
getting more work, but Brian Robinson's getting like goal line carries.
But was that also because they were up, 20? Or,
No, he's been doing that the last 3
was
weeks. It's been the last 3
Really?
weeks, and we have someone in here talking about Emeka Big Boo, and we love that.
And you got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbegbu. Emeka Egbegbu. Emeka Egbegbu.
Emeka Boo.
Sorry, I'm responding to one of Big Ray's comments right now.
Oh, no worries.
Asking about how me and Blake are. As Kentucky fans, we're not faring too well right now.
No, I would say Corum. I think Corum's the answer if you need a weekly plug and play. And then you also get the upside of probably the most elite handcuff in the league. Joe says Chiefs won't lose another game this year. I mean, that's going to be hard to do, but I could see it. He also said Drake May is the best quarterback in the league right now. Do you think he's not the best quarterback in the league, but he might be playing like it? Do you think he is the best quarterback in the league? Because Matt Stafford's probably the answer, but it's close. Drake May's doing it with less.
He's playing. He's playing like he is the best quarterback in the league, but he's not the best quarterback in the league. It's definitely Stafford. What Stafford is doing right now is just unbelievable. It's Staff, man. It's Staff. He's back, and that team, especially after this year, and they're probably going to get a top 10 pick. That team's only going to get better. I think in the next couple of years, they're going to be high level play from Matthew Stafford in that offense.
I will say Drake May has top 1 or top 2 tools in the league. It's Josh Allen-esque, maybe even better, because he's so far ahead of where Josh Allen was at this stage of his career, which is really, really scary to think of. Adam says, what do you guys see Emmanuel Wilson doing this week? He's a must start, right? Must start, top 15 guy.
Yeah. I mean, what else? I mean, the Packers they always lean on the run. And obviously with Jacobs being out, it's going to be, that's all going to Wilson. So, I'd say
you saw it after he got out. It was all Wilson every snap, and that's what's up. He's catching passes. I love it. Dakota, Chaz, how much do you love Mark Andrews down the stretch in fantasy? That tush push, whatever, not even that big tush push touchdown was unreal. He actually looked really athletic on that play. He was fast. Mark Andrews is back, baby. And here's the nice thing: Isaiah Likely's banged up again. He might miss this game. I know he's a non-factor, but I just rather start Mark Andrews with no Isaiah Likely in the picture than having Isaiah Likely pillage a touchdown or two.
I've been on Mark Andrews all year. His name never really comes up though on the show. In both my dynasty leagues, I have him. I traded for him in both my leagues. I love Mark Andrews. I just think the Ravens always they've been using him wrong ever since he had that great year. That's what I've been saying because I mean, you saw the run. The guy looked like a beast. He looked like a beast. Yeah. And then you're like, okay, why is he not getting, at least 5 catches every single game? That's
weird.
I don't know.
The Ravens have been weird all year.
The Ravens have just been so weird with him. It sucks. But I'm a huge Mark Andrews truther. I love him, and I'm hoping after last week in that rushing touchdown really showed that this guy is still playing at an elite level. He's still an athlete, a full-on athlete, and he should be getting more usage.
It's the touchdowns too. No one's more likely to score a touchdown than Mark Andrews week to week. I mean, I saw the stat that his last 18 games with Lamar Jackson, he has 16 touchdowns or something like that. That's Rob Gronkowski. That's Jimmy Graham level shit. David says Bills or Steelers this week, and Jones or Brissett this week. It's Brissett for me. I'm not starting Daniel Jones against the Chiefs. You saw what Bo Nix did. He didn't even have a touchdown. And then it's Bills over Steelers. If it's like a survivor pool situation, I'm taking the Bills. Even though it's a Thursday game, I don't love that, but it's the Bills. They need this game too.
Yeah, the Steelers, man. I just think the Bears are going to win this week. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Steelers have been fucking dying for 3 weeks. Now you have, I don't know if the quarterback, it's that big of a downgrade from Rodgers, but it's still Aaron Rodgers. Give me Aaron Rodgers over Mason Rudolph. Gabriel just got a trade. I get A-Chain and Jennings. I give them Jefferson and Bucky. Do I do it?
Oh, man.
So A-Chain, I'd rather have A-Chain than Jefferson, but then Bucky and Jennings. Bucky is nice. It's an upside play. If it works out, you win the trade, but if it doesn't, you lose the trade by a mile.
Dave, where are you at in your league? I'll be looking in the comments. Where are you in that league.
Yeah, let us know
because-
the details. What's your record? How many teams in the league? Stuff like that. Tracy or Monungai, non-PPR? And non-PPR, it's Monungai. He's more likely to score a touchdown. He's getting the goal line work, dude.
He runs so hard. He's literally a better Pacheco. He's a better
Oh,
Pacheco.
he's a poor man's fucking Marshawn Lynch. I know that sounds crazy to say, but he looks like him. He runs like him. I like Kyle Monungai. I was wrong on that one coming out of college.
That's awesome, man.
As a Bears fan. Jay Moore, will Devin Neal get a boost after the bye week? I mean, you saw Kamara's still on the injury report every week, questionable with a fucking ankle, and they just had a bye week. Like,
I don't. It's Kamara. He's
look,
old.
right, Chaz?
It's gonna
They
happen.
should give Devin Neal a look because they drafted him out of the 4th
They
round from
should.
Kansas. Solid player, and like he's the future. Maybe he's the future. They got to see what they have in the kid.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to ride this Kamara thing too far. That's really how I'm thinking. That's really how I'm seeing this. But at some point, you do have to give him a shot.
Carlos, he's got May, Henderson, Jalen Warren, Benson, Hampton, plus Lamb, T-Mac, Pearsall, Michael Wilson, London on IR, Warren, Gainwell, Stevenson are my cuffs. Am I on track? I like that team. T-Mac looks like a boom. Lamb's solid as fuck. You got Wilson pairs nice with Pearsall. Play Wilson for the next couple of weeks. Let Pearsall get his sea legs back. Then you got your receivers, and London will be coming back. I love Tyler Warren. Running backs are a little questionable, but Benson and Hampton, one of those guys will pop.
Yep.
So I like that one. We're still going Michael Wilson over Yoshi for sure.
Yeah.
Max is facing Allen. Hopes he has a dud. It's not going to be a dud, but it's not going to be obviously not what he did last week. But I could see him, 23 points, 24 points. I just don't see this being a high-scoring game.
You're happy if Josh Allen just goes over the 20 point, like 22, 23, 24. That you're happy if you're facing him and he does that.
Hetzer dropped Flacco. I'm starting Brock Purdy. Should I start Daniel Jones? I'm starting Brock Purdy. Better matchup. He has terrible defense on his team. His weapons are back. Give me that one. James, I'll let you tackle this one, Chaz. James says, even if Burrow is really pushing to play, you're telling him no. I am because I'm worried about the franchise and I can use my head. You're not going to make the playoffs this year. The season's over. Joe, get yourself ready and healthy. Come back next year. Simple.
The only thing is, like, their coach might just be like, do I need to, play him for my job? And that's kind of the thing.
And they should.
And that's
Zach
where
Taylor's
it's
not
like,
very good, bro.
That's where it's like, as an owner, you have to step in. This will never happen. So I'm just talking purely theoretical. But like, as an owner, there you say, hey, we're shutting him down for the year. We're paying this guy $55 million. We need him to be for sure ready next year. This is a lost year. Just move on. That's really it. And but that won't happen. So
Paul Brown's an idiot though. Like he's the opposite. Like you said, you made the point of you're paying this guy this much money. We got to protect our investment. Paul Brown's the opposite. He's like an old school like idiot. He's gonna be like, dude, we're paying him the money. Let's get him on the field. Like, because he's old. He's stupid. That's old bad owner stuff. That's Jerry Jones level shit.
Boomer mentality. Stupid.
Terrible.
Sorry.
David, Yoshi's a must start. We're calling it here. We're calling it here. Big Ray in the chat. Jelly in the month.
Yeah, Yoshi
Weber
is
posting
this week's Michael Wilson.
Weber's posting 20 minutes. He has 10 minutes, so we got to his question. That's good.
Nice.
This order: Emmanuel Wilson, Gainwell, Tootin, Sean Tucker.
Wilson definitely won.
Yeah,
Wilson definitely won. I'd like Tootin over Gainwell, but
yeah, Tootin has more long-term appeal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get on board with that
I'd probably switch those two, but that would be my order.
Hetzer, yeah, you could start him. Bucky against the Rams if he comes back this week. Depends who you have. I'm starting Swift over him, right? I'm starting Wilson over him, clearly. So it depends who you have. We all love Yoshi here. What's your take on Tank Dell? Do you think he's lost his wide receiver 2 position? Dude, I just don't think he's going to be the same player. Chaz, what do you think? Multiple injuries, ACL, shoulder.
Yeah,
he's had a bunch of injuries.
The dude's knee just got completely messed up. I mean, completely obliterated. And that's hard to come back from, especially as a smaller wide receiver where you have to have that quick abilities that he had. It'll be interesting to see, very, very interesting to see if he has that type of the same abilities that he has from before. And I just don't think it'll be there. I don't think so. That usually doesn't happen, but we'll see.
The fact they drafted 2 early picks in Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins is not a ringing endorsement for his dynasty stock, if you will. Hetzer says someone in my league dropped Josh Downs. You know, I actually had to drop him, dude, in one of my Fantrax leagues. I was up by like the projections going into Monday night. I was projected to win like 125 to 119, and we both had like 2 players going, and he didn't have a kicker in his lineup. So I only had Josh Downs on my bench. It's not like Yahoo where you can drop a guy after they play. Once they play that week, you can't drop them. And I had Josh Downs as the only player I could drop. So it was like 2 PM on Monday. I'm like, Carlson was the only one available. There was only one kicker to pick up. So I'm like, fuck it. I want to lock in. I was 7-3. I was like 8-3 gives me a bye. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I dropped Downs to pick up Carlson to block him. So now I don't have Josh Downs, but I wasn't too broken up about it. If it was a better player, if it was Roma Dunze or even DJ Moore, I might be a little more hesitant. So that's like kind of my line.
Yep.
The point is, a fantasy victory is worth more than most players in my mind.
Well,
I can replace the player. I can't replace the win.
Yeah, it's also said you were trying to get a win for a bye. That I think the bye is one of the most important things, and obviously, I understand how important it is, but or no, what I'm saying.
Thank you, Unique.
It is the most important thing. So
yeah, winning. And a bye is worth 2 wins, right? A win gets you a bye that's worth a win.
Yeah.
That's essentially a win in the playoffs. Unique says, Big Dog, you called it Wilson or over Tez. That was a big question a lot of people asked, and a lot of people might have said Tez before the week. And obviously, my answer was pretty much Wilson over everybody.
You were so on Wilson.
I was so high on Wilson. I was so high on Parker Washington. I know. Hey, they don't always work out.
They would ask the question, and I'd be like, well, I know what Rob's going to say. And you're just like, Wilson. Like,
it was kind of like your Sutton thing, you know?
Well, except in the opposite way. Like, you know, your guy played great, and then my son was like, he's just shooting down. He's the rocket. He was fully Chubb. Now it's like a quarter Chubb.
Just a quarter,
just a quarter.
Darnold, Flacco, Bryce, 6 points per passing TD. It's Darnold for me.
Yeah.
Give me any reason to be anyone else?
No. I mean, I understand the Flacco. Like, I would pretty much only do Darnold versus Flacco, but then you look at it, and it's like, just go Darnold. Start your studs, and Darnold's a stud, in my opinion, compared to those guys. So you start your studs.
And the 6 per passing touchdown is just right up Darnold's alley. He just throws a lot of touchdowns. Yeah. Frizz says, "What's up, fellas? You all like Kyle Pitts or Juwan Johnson rest of the season? Let's assume this is PPR. Chaz, what do you got?"
I'm gonna go with Juwan. I don't know how you feel about it, but I like Juwan ever since they traded.
Yeah, and they just released Brandon Cooks. I don't know if you saw that. So Cooks is out.
I did see that, actually.
And they do have Devon Vele, the guy they traded, the 26-year-old rookie last year for the Broncos.
He's trash.
Yeah, he's just a slot receiver, but he is a slot receiver. Brandon Cooks is not a slot receiver. So I don't know if that's going to affect him too much. Maybe they want to see what they have in Devon Vele. I'm going Kyle Pitts for touchdown upside. I think that Juwan Johnson doesn't have that. Although I feel like the Saints offense is kind of ascending. I mean, ascending from 30 to 26 or something. It's real close for me. Give me Kyle Pitts, who's the better player than Juwan. You know, at least supposed to be. We've been sold as a better player. Give me Mahomes 1 game to win. The hate on Mahomes goes too far. You know, we can not like him personally, and the whole Chiefs thing. It's, you know what? I still respect the guy like a lot. So Stafford is 1 game. Did you see the stat about Matt Stafford? He's 1 game over 500 for his career.
Yeah,
you know what? That's a Lion stat, though. That's more of a Lion stat than a Matt
it's
Stafford
not a Stafford. Like, that's just someone that didn't. That's just someone that didn't know what was going on in Detroit while Stafford was there, because it was never Stafford's fault or complete fault as to why they weren't winning games. It was just pure organizational dysfunction. That's pretty much what was going on there.
JJ McCarthy will ever reach Josh Allen level. He won't ever. Like, that's not even a close comparison, because will he ever reach Kyler Murray level? Like, no, he won't even reach Brock Purdy level. Would you agree with that? Would you say this? Could he ever reach Brock Purdy's level of play? Now, again, Brock Purdy, great system, great weapons, but also JJ McCarthy right now, great system, great weapons.
Great system, great weapons. We saw with Darnold last year. No, dude is pure awful. I saw a little bit of a troll on TikTok where it was like, worst throws of the week, and it was literally honorable mention. JJ McCarthy showed a horrible miss. Honorable mention again. JJ McCarthy, horrible miss. And then it was 5 more JJ McCarthy throws that were just completely terrible. It's like
It's the footwork.
the dude's
The
terrible.
footwork's awful. He looks like a fucking chipmunk. You know how like skittish a squirrel and a chipmunk is in general when they see you? That's how he is when he sees a defensive lineman, like even within fucking 8 feet of him. It's awful. And he's kind of mobile, so it doesn't make any sense. Artwork, thank you, my dude.
He's never played like that. He's never had to deal with that in his game.
He's so bad.
So
how do you feel about RJ Harvey and Drake London rest of season? So we touched on Drake London. We can retouch on that one, but I haven't heard your RJ Harvey take. So last week was disappointing. He did play, I want to say 65% of the snaps, but you also had McLaughlin stealing the touchdown, and then they had Tyler Bidet still in there, and they're using Adam Prentice in the backfield sometimes. So I'm not going to say it's a 3-way committee at all, but they're getting 3 guys involved. Prentice is a 4th. The usage was encouraging. Do you think it could get to where Travion Henderson has been the last 2 weeks at all in the season? Because Dobbins is gone. He's gone. The usage, not the touchdowns and the fantasy points, the usage. Could it get to the usage that Travion has had?
The pure usage, from what I've seen, no. I don't think Harvey can get there. I think there's a possibility, maybe. But with the fact that, there's been 2 other backs that they've been getting work with, I don't see him getting the same usage as Henderson at all.
So where would you rank him rest of the season? PPR.
He's still an RB2. I just think he's a back end. I think he's a back end
Swift,
guy. Is
Swift or RJ Harvey?
I mean, I'd go Harvey purely because I really think Monongai is like that guy, and I just think Monongai is going to get the goal. He should get the goal line carries, and Swift's kind of only in between the red zones guy, in my opinion.
Quinshon Judkins or RJ Harvey in full PPR rest of the season?
I'm going to go QJ there. I don't know if that's
a tough
what
one.
It's a tough one, but I mean, it's just so hard because like the Browns defense keeps him in the game, and then it's like, okay, like they have Shador, and then it's like you gotta run the ball, right? You got to, but then it's like the defense knows what's coming, so then it's hard. But I'd still go Judkins. I think Judkins is elite, way better than Harvey.
Judkins is a way better floor. You know what you're getting with him. I would say RJ Harvey has a ceiling that Judkins just cannot touch based on offense and skill set. So it depends what your flavor is, right? You want someone safe to get you 12 to 14, or you want a guy that could get you 6, but could get you 26. So I think I'm going to lean Harvey there, which is the upside. And, seeing Travion Henderson, who's also in the doghouse, is reassuring. Here's the issue: is Sean Payton's a fucking idiot. I'll just leave you with that one. Real quick, one last thing. Drake London. We both feel pretty good about Drake London more than most people.
Yeah.
So I'm not panicking on Drake London. I'm actually trying to trade for him when I can. I have 4 days before my trade deadline in some of my leagues. So appreciate your donation artwork. Sands, what are your thoughts on JJ McCarthy? Here we go. I'll just show you. I'm not going to say any words. No words. I'm just going to show you this. This is my thoughts. It's like waking up in bed next to Helen Hunt at 62 years old. You ain't feeling good about it, brother. I mean, you can say you banged Helen Hunt. I mean, if that's something you're into, but I don't know if I'm really happy about that. So, Blake and Stafford wasted all those years in Detroit. Yeah, he's a loyal guy, and he put up really good numbers. The Calvin Johnson stuff was awesome. Here we go. Rob Chaz, who did you guys pick up off waivers? Who's the next Michael Wilson? I've been saying it all episode. It's not the next Michael Wilson because there's only one Michael Wilson, brother. It's Yoshi Bosch. 3 weeks ago it was Parker Washington. I hit on that one. And then last week it was Michael Wilson. This week is Yoshi Bosch for 1 week. It's a 1 week rental, guys, but it's a must start in my mind. So I have start another player on Thursday Night Football, Nico Collins in my cooks. Well, Nico Collins is a wide receiver 1, so you're going to be very, very happy with that one.
Yeah.
Cruz, I just mentioned it. Who is this week's lover, father, and friend for you? It's still Michael Wilson this week. So like Michael Wilson's in 9 of my lineups, and probably will be next week as well because Marvin Harrison's probably out through week 13. It is Yoshi Bosch. I keep on saying it. Like I've been hitting on these guys, and if this one hits, I'm officially an oracle. Okay, I'm officially an oracle.
Yeah.
Would you start JJ McCarthy or Tyler Shuck this week? McCarthy has the Packers, bro. I ain't doing that. I'm taking Tyler Shuck just based on principle, just to not start McCarthy.
Yeah, especially with what especially because I think the Packers, divisional game, they're not on first. They're gonna just put belt to ass, and I think it's pretty bad. So yeah, give me a shot.
Hector, has Justin Jefferson been bad? I've been hearing things. I can see why people would think that, but I've watched a lot of JJ film. I had bet on him last week, so I watched a lot of his routes. He did have one drop, but I also listened to Matt Harmon. He said he looks exactly the same. Exactly the same. So it's not a Justin Jefferson problem.
It's just the JJ McCarthy problem. That's really it. Like the guy's still Justin Jefferson. Like it's the big name that you hear. It's just
there's one problem though, is he has pressing and he gets frustrated. You've seen him wear his heart on his sleeve. So that is affecting his play a little bit, but athletically, he's exactly the same. Route running. I think he's forcing it, and so his play is diminished a bit. But again, 80% of Justin Jefferson mentally, and he's still 100% physically, is still 150% of, trying to think, Cortland Sutton, for instance. Sorry, Chaz. All right, we got GT. GT got us here. We got 5. We at least we'll get one chug in tonight.
We need a chug.
Maybe we can get another one. Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, I'll be
right back. Stuff ready? See, he's not already prepared. You got to be prepared, Chaz. Thank you, GT. Thank you, buddy. Gabriel, I'm 6-5, tied with 4 people, 10 people league. Hey man, hopefully you have the points. The points is a big thing to as a tiebreaker. Let's see here, Adam. I've got Olave, AJ Brown, JMO, Pearsall, Quentin Johnson, and Butte. I'm streaming tight end. Want a set it and forget it guy. I offered QJ for Andrews. He said no. Would you guys offer Pearsall? Yeah, I would. Sell him on, it's going to be hard because of last week. You might have to wait one more week, Adam. I don't know when your trade deadline is, but I wouldn't trade. You could maybe try to trade JMO for Tyler Warren. Trade JMO and someone else for Tyler Warren. That probably won't happen, but yeah, I think Andrews is fair. There's other guys to get, but you want to set it and forget it guy. There's not too many of those, brother. So if you want to try to trade Olave, you could probably get the most for Olave. Maybe you could try to get Tyler Warren for Olave. That would probably be a fair trade, but it doesn't look great. All right. You ready for this, Chaz?
Are you ready? I definitely won't beat you because I never do, but
here we go. Beer chug. Hey-o. Hey-o. Here we go. That deserves some old school love right here.
Shit, but I told my wife I wouldn't drink tonight. Besides, I got a big day tomorrow.
It's a big day? You're doing what?
Well, actually, pretty nice little Saturday. We're gonna go to Home Depot. Yeah, buy some wall.
We're gonna go to Home Depot. Chad's gonna go to Home Depot.
See, Blake knows. Blake knows if you just saw Blake in the chat. He says skinny lads.
Adam,
me and Chaz can't.
Adam, post that in the Discord. Adam, post that in the Discord if you could. And give us your roster and give us a couple teams that would be good trade candidates. We'll work through that for you. If you're not in the Discord, everyone in here, go to the website, professionalfanatics.com, all the info there. Get your ass in Discord. There's 62 people strong right now. The conversation, this show goes on 24/7 with a bunch of different people's opinions. Every co-host I have on here is on the Discord. People like Mouth and Blake and Mark, all answering our questions. As a community, we're all winning money. We're all winning money. We're trying to win money. Also, access to my bets. We're crushing NFL right now. Devin, would you trade Josh Jacobs and T. Higgins for Rondé Gatson and Travis Kelce, AJ Brown, Trey Benson, and RJ Harvey? Jesus. Gatson, Travis Kelce, I would not do that. That's too many. I don't want all those players. Like, I want the best. I want the best players in the trade. That's too much waiver wire shit. Now, I guess you're getting RJ Harvey, AJ Brown, and Kelce, and Benson, and Gatson.
I still want okay. He's clearly making this because. I mean, Jacobs is out. Is that?
It's probably a 10-team league. It's probably a 10-team league. Man, you try to get more. Take off some of those guys and upgrade a position, right? Try to get a better receiver. I mean, I would actually probably do this thinking about it. Like Gatson, and it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players for 2 and 2 tight ends. You can just drop Gatson. So Kelce, AJ Brown, Trey Benson, and Harvey. And Rondo Gatson was in the second one, so it's 3 and 4.
Jacobs, Higgins, and Gatson 4.
Kelsey's an upgrade. AJ Brown and Higgins are close, and Benson and Harvey for Josh Jacobs essentially. You know what? I might do this with Harvey being down. If you're hurting, if you're a 500 team, you get Harvey to start instead of Jacobs. I'm doing that trade. Thinking about it now. If you have a winning record, don't do it. If you're in the playoffs, don't do this trade.
Yeah, it's a great analysis. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Devin. Devin, again, this is be great for the Discord because you can list your roster and you can list the other roster and we can get some work done
You
here.
can list your rank, your, league record. We'd be able to see a lot of that in there.
We're doing well, Artwork. We're still rocking 7 nights a week on this baby. So, hey, there's only like 5 weeks left of the fantasy football season. So it's been going by fast. I went by and looked at all my streams per week. It's like 23 hours live a week. It's been going on since August. It's a lot. It's a lot. My whole life, it's like a diary. It's like a diary.
Yeah, it's
fantasy
awesome.
diary.
It's awesome, man. I mean, like these past couple of nights, I'm about to go to bed. I'm like, you know what? Let's just see if they're still alive, and you guys are.
Always on.
Go in there.
Always on.
You guys.
I get to hang out with my buddies too. Awesome. I get to hang out with you and Ray and Storey and Ben and hang out with my boys. Max, I know he's not going to put up 30, but awesome. What do you project Tet this week? Going to play him with Waddle on bye and London hurt. Tet's a must start at this point.
Yeah,
and the nice thing is Bryce Young's playing well. He actually is playing well.
Yeah, but that last game was a pure just Falcons dysfunctional. I mean, you have London go for 100 yards in the first half, and you're like, you know what? Let's just not use him anymore. That's really what they said, and it was so frustrating watching that. I don't know what they're thinking over there.
I don't know what this question means.
Jonas getting 60 of 100. Oh, so they're saying like a flu's going around for.
Illness. I see. Damn. That's dude. The Bucs are in now. Their schedule gets real easy going forward. This is like their last hard game. But hey, the Panthers are right in their rearview mirror, bro. So wouldn't it be wild if the Panthers won the division?
Yeah, I mean, especially after that 5-1 start, right? Didn't the Bucs start 5-1? Now they're
it was like Super Bowl talk and Baker MVP talk. Chits traded Ibuka, Olave, and Kincaid for Marion Hampton, Drake London, Tyler Warren, and Jordan Addison. You think I won? If it wasn't for the London injury, you would have won for sure.
Well, I mean, was this made in just the past day in the fact that he already knows he has a bye, or because
that's the only way the trade would have been made.
Away, yeah, I think you won anyway.
I think so.
Like with that, I mean, it's a must win. I mean, your Hampton will be back, great. London will get back, great. London or Warren, amazing. And then Jordan Addison is just like a bench piece.
Shit says, how do you feel about Ladd going forward? He's the one guy I'm comfortable with just because he plays tight end. Ladd is fine. You know what? It feels like a million years ago, Chaz, we were on this very show, and Quentin Johnson was wide receiver 4 after 4 weeks, and everyone was telling me how amazing he is. And you were one of them, but you weren't on that road. And everyone's saying he's so much better than Ladd McConkey. And I was saying Quentin Johnson's no more than a wide receiver 3 in fantasy rest of the season. And that aged really well. That's better than my Michael Wilson call, honestly, because I told everyone I was like, trade right, bro. I had so many people yelling at me, and it's just I like Quentin Johnson. He just had multiple zeros. Like, you cannot have that. He's playing every snap.
I started him last week. I'm deciding every week between like Wan'Dale Robinson, Dobbs, QJ,
Wan'Dale,
DJ Moore. And every week I talk myself out of it. I say, man, QJ has a great matchup against the Jaguars.
It appeared like it, and they didn't show up. They never got off the plane, dude.
And then next thing you know, I'm just watching the game, and I'm like, why the hell does QJ have 0 through 3 quarters? And then
not getting 0. Targets either.
I still blew out my opponent because my team is just full of goats. But like,
that's because you are the goat, Chaz. Artwork, does Luther Burden have a breakout week?
So good in that week.
Give me your Luther Burden take. You're a Bears fan. You're a diehard Bears fan. I'm just more of a pseudo Bears fan.
I can't wait until next year in the offseason when we move off of DJ Moore and Burns is our wide receiver 2. I think that's going to be an exciting time. I think we're going to have that 1-2 punch that we're going to see with Pickens and CD and Chase and Higgins. That's the kind of ceiling that I have for those 2 players, and Rome Odunze and Luther Burden. And right now he's learning. I think he's learning, which is great in my opinion.
Sven, I love it, dude. I love blocking teams. If they're dumb enough to not set their lineup and get in late, I love doing it. That's called being a defensive driver and then stopping an accident before it happens and not being involved in the accident. You're winning. Dennis Reisman, I was offered Rice for Ibuka. Do I hit accept? Absolutely. Go do that right now, baby. Chiefs are going to have to play with their fucking hair on fire going forward. So,
yep, that just means more for Rice.
Where do you rank Luther Burden? Like, he's not taking DJ Moore's job. DJ Moore's still running the most routes on the team. Rome Odunze is the one there. You got 2 tight ends to get in work. So, like, it's going to take an injury, right? for Luther Burden to be a startable asset in fantasy?
It would take an injury. He's like he's a deep stash. I hate saying it because I think the guy is great. I think he's a great player, but like the way he's talking about him, it's like, well, or at least wants us to kind of talk about him. It just rest of the season doesn't like look good, and take an injury, you stash him. If that injury happens, it's still he's not going to be producing at that high of level, but he'll still be producing at a flex type level.
Hatcher, the only thing I would say about JJ McCarthy that we need to understand is he's not a rookie. Yes, it's his first year playing. He got to sit, the luxury of sitting behind Sam Darnold and studying under the tutelage of Kevin O'Connell for an entire year in a successful offense. And now you have Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Hawkinson. This is not a Cam Ward situation. This is a way better roster, and Cam Ward's a rookie, a first overall pick, which is thrown into the shit. I'm going to give Cam Ward another year. Cam Ward could still be elite. JJ McCarthy at best will be a starting quarterback, right? At best, he'll be a starter in the league. That's at best. When he was drafted to be a franchise quarterback, he'll never be a franchise quarterback. He will be a stopgap quarterback at best.
Yeah, I mean, you sit for that long behind a successful team and you don't learn anything. It says a lot about
GT
you.
Chaz won't get this one. I love you, man, or forgetting Sarah Marshall. Have you seen either of those flicks? Chaz is too young to watch good movies. Well, since you've been a teenager, there's been no comedy movies. I love you, man. For me, I'm a big Rush fan. I love Jason Segel. He's in both of them, but Forgetting Sarah Marshall is bad. The last 40 minutes is bad of that movie. Like most of those comedies, I love that movie, but I Love You, Man is like top 10 comedy for me of all time. Super underrated. McMillan or Michael Wilson. We're gonna go McMillan here, but it's close. Texans playing at home as well. This could be a really good Thursday night game. This is going to be a good game because both these teams need this game. The Texans, their defense is top 3, man. And just Davis Mills is playing good ball. Their offensive line's gelling a bit. We're still taking the Bills, but you think it's going to be a good game and it's a must win, right?
Weird things happen on Thursday night. It's been happening all year long. I would not be surprised if the Texans wins this game. I know it's a long shot. I know it's a long shot, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm expecting the Bills to. The Bills should, and the Bills probably will. But I would not be surprised if somehow we see a Texans win. Blake, nice seeing you. I see that. See that chat in there.
See you later, Blake. Love you, man. We have Junkbuster. Love your name. Start 2. Tracy K9, Genty, Emmanuel Wilson. Emmanuel Wilson for sure. And then what do you got for the second one? Are we still going to roll with Genty?
Start your studs. It's icky. It's disgusting. But you got to start them, right? You
got to do it.
Saying? You got to do it. Disgusting.
Jacobs, Higgins, Gatson for Kelsey, AJ Trey. That's the one. We're doing it. Benson might not play this week. Benson probably won't play this week. I think next week he's going to come back. Higgins should have a crazy game without Chase. The problem is, James, is you have Christian Gonzalez on him probably most of the game. Now the volume should overrule the coverage, and he's going to have 10 targets, but it might just be like 5 for 60, which is fine. The question is, can he find the end zone? And Christian Gonzalez actually has given up some big plays this year, but he's good. He's not Patrick Surtain though. Not many are. Chaz.
Not many are all pro type level.
Would you trade Genty and Tet for A-Chain full PPR? I would absolutely do that.
Yeah, I mean it's such a massive upgrade from Genty to A-Chain. It doesn't matter that you're giving up Tet, in my opinion.
Offered CD and Breece Hall for Addison and Gibbs. I am not doing that one. I want CD and Breece Hall. I want CD and Breece Hall for sure. So I don't know what side you're on, but I want CD and Breece Hall.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a panic sell on CD and Breece. I don't know.
I mean, CD's fine. He's had some rough weeks. Like it's CD Lamb, bro.
He had like 20 last week, right?
Eventually, the defenses will start giving some more respect to George Pickens as they should, and you might get some more underneath stuff for CD Lamb. I'm not worried about CD Lamb. Like, you know, it'd be like saying I'm worried about St. Brown. Are you worried about St. Brown after 2 bad performances, bro? It's Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's
I've been trying to trade for St. Brown and Goff, but those owners are douchebags. They're not responding to anything that I'm telling them. I'm trying.
100%.
I'm trying.
Let's see. Oh, we caught up to the chat. Look at us. We caught up to the chat. Do we ignore Ricky Pearsall? What is your take on Ricky Pearsall? So I have him as my wide receiver 5. I told you in my league, I can start 5 receivers. So I'm going to start rolling him out there just because upside. But I don't know. There's not enough footballs to go around in that offense.
That's the same thing I'm going to say. Like as a wide receiver 5, yes, that's a great start. But like, as if you're trying to expect actual production, like wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2 type production, that's just not going to happen with Kittle, CMC, B-Rob getting goal line carries now, red zone work. There's just too many. Like I'm not the biggest fan of any of those wide receivers in San Fran right now. And then especially, what's Ayuk doing? Is Ayuk coming back this year? Is he not coming back this year? Do we know what's going on?
Oh, Ayuk is new. They haven't opened his window yet. He's not coming back. They hate
They
Brandon
haven't
Ayuk.
opened his window?
No, they won't. He's done. Maybe he'll come back for like the actual playoffs or like, week 17. But for fantasy purposes, you can drop Brandon Ayuk. Like, he's gone. Not even worth an IR spot. Because can you even trust him the first week he's back? No. And if he's not back till week 16, you're going to roll him out there in your fantasy championship, which I'm guessing you have a stacked team if you're in the fantasy championship. Be like, well, I held them all year. I got to start them. You're going to get fucking 3 points.
Don't do that.
What a bad contract.
Just terrible contract. They gave in, and then the dude towards ACL, and now he's been out for 2 years, basically, on that amazing contract.
Mika,
and you got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbegbue. Emeka Egbegbue. Emeka Egbegbue.
Egbegbue.
Also, let's get Chaz taking Cortland Sutton again. You know what I love about that graphic is you're right at his midsection, but if you get a good BJ, the girl looks you in the eyes while she's doing it, super hot. Yeah. You're looking into Cortland Sutton's eyes while you're attempting or blowing him
into his eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you love him. You love him.
10 times worse. I do love him, but he's just not performing. He's not great.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I hate saying it.
Would you buy Cortland Sutton right now?
I just don't think owners are going to be willing to sell low. That's the thing. Like I try and buy low, but like are owners willing to sell low? That's sort of the question. I don't think so. I think they know what he can be, and yeah, I just don't think they'll be selling. If you can buy him, well, yes, but I don't
GT rotisserie or fried chicken. What do you like, Chaz? I got my answer. Look at my body. Fried chicken, baby. Love fried chicken.
Are you talking like just the KFC? Yeah.
Just in general, rotisserie chicken or fried? You going to go fried chicken?
Go fried.
Yeah. Okay. Fried. We're real men. We eat fried. It's good for you too.
That's easy.
Puts hair on your nuts. Max says, forgot to mention I'm the first in my league to clinch the playoffs. Heyo. That should be a buy for you. And that's why I like playing 12-man leagues because the buy is important, beautiful. Right?
Yep.
Should I stash Ricky Pearsall over Jaleel McLaughlin? Yeah, Ricky Pearsall over Jaleel McLaughlin for sure.
Yep.
I would rather. There's a lot of names I want over Jaleel McLaughlin, and not to mention stashing him this week. The likelihood of RJ Harvey getting hurt on a bye is very, very low. So you're going to have to wait another week for him to get hurt. So, and also annoying is my situation. For my situation, there's only one IR slot. I like 2. 3 is a bit much. I think 2 is an ideal IR slot. We might have to with this year. We might have to make a fantasy community change to like 3 IR spots, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean my leagues always have 2. Like that's the thing. You get 2 IR slots. Yeah, I mean, especially after this year, it seems like guys always get hurt more year in, year out. So it's like, it's just especially those guys that play in New York. That's a real issue. You got to watch out with that turf there. That's not a good playing surface at all. And we've seen lots of injuries there in this past year or the past couple of years. So it's just tough. Everyone should be playing on a Bears type of field, all grass.
I agree,
dude. You like that?
Do you want to just chug one more beer just to do it, just for the people?
I like it.
Want to man up?
We'll send off. We'll send off.
Yeah, we'll send off. Yeah, we'll get a couple more questions in for you guys, and we're gonna rock out of here in a couple minutes. But you know what? It's the the donation fund is fun and all, but I'll still do it anyway. So, yeah, Hetzer, I have a couple trolls on here. I'm pretty sure it's the same person.
Yeah, I
and
saw that.
They can keep on doing that. Then this is a
Craft,
burner account. There's a lot of burner accounts that are doing the same shit. They're trying to make me not credible, even though I answer every single question. My calls are generally right. And if people don't think I don't know ball, they don't know ball because Chaz knows ball.
He knows ball.
Put on my record here. I want to put on my gambling player props again. Player props are directly tied to fantasy football. Would you agree, Chaz? That's why I do player props, because I'm a fantasy football player. I don't bet lines because they're too tricky, and I'm not that great at predicting them. My wife's beating me in our every week we pick the games, right? And she's beating me. My wife is also pretty smart in football, but but she would never be able to pick this amount of. Who could pick 65%? I think it's 66 or 65% this year. That's a lot, and it's in the volume too. It's 7 a week.
Right now.
Yep. And well, I'm gonna keep on doing it, winning you guys money. That's what I'm gonna do, baby. So also winning myself money too is nice, but I much prefer winning you guys money because it's just, it's like have you seen Avatar? Have you seen Avatar, Chaz?
Yes.
The Halo, once you do it when they have sex, it's their tails and they're bonded for life.
Yep.
Like once I start making people money and they win fantasy championships, they're gonna come back to this channel. Not to mention the entertainment level, the guests are top notch. They're gonna come back. So that's the goal here. The community is what's up. We're gonna give you guys a chug here before we get off, and then we'll answer a few more questions. How do you all think Dallas Goedert will be rest of the season? We'll get to that question in a second. We're gonna chug this one.
I like him. I like Dallas.
Oh, all right. He's touchdown dependent, but I feel like the offense can't be any worse, right? It can't get any worse, Chaz, because it is bad. And it doesn't have to be great because they're allowing like 10 points a game in the last 6 weeks, bro. They're not allowing shit. So
it's like the Broncos defense to where
forget it, guy, though.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't mess with it.
Yeah, Ferguson or Goddard rest of the season? Who would you rather have?
They Goddard and who else?
Ferguson.
Oh, Ferguson. Ferguson easily.
Mark Andrews. You want Mark Andrews over Goddard? Yeah. Henderson or Chase Brown?
Guy, man. Don't mess with Mark. Rest of the season or this week. This week I might go Chase Brown if it's a PPR, but rest of the season Henderson. I mean, it's if you look at his schedule, how they fare against running backs and stuff, it's so good. I think it's all green. It's all green, and that's something I would be very, very scared of. Let me check to make sure.
Sammy, I'm new to the channel. I just made this trade. Not sure if it's good. I traded Chase and Cook for Mark and Adunze.
All green.
Ooh, damn straight. Sammy traded Chase. Is that Jamar Chase and James Cook for Marks and Adunze? That's not a very good trade. Now Jamar Chase is missing this week, but I would trade if I was the Marks and Adunze owner. I would rather have James Cook than Marks and Adunze, and then you trade Jamar Chase as well. So, I'm not into that trade. I like the Chase and Cook side by a mile. You're gonna get honest takes from us too. I'm not gonna just be like, yeah, you won the trade when you didn't. I mean, it could work out for you if Chase, he obviously misses this week. Let's say they shut him down or something. I mean, that's just hypothetical shit. So James Cook's an RB1 and Jamar Chase is a top 3 receiver. So Woody Marks is just a kind of a pipe dream. Ray Gamer, would you trade away Jacob Stafford and Metcalf for Jamar Chase, Zay Flowers, and DeAndre Swift? Yes, I want Jamar Chase.
Have other good QB and Gibbs and JT.
I'm doing that trade all day. You're getting
Jamar Chase. I mean, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm doing that one.
Go get your
I've 007. I've streamed on Twitch. I don't really have my page is empty. I have no followers, so I get 4 people watching. So I just stopped doing it. I stream on both, and so I just keep it to YouTube. I need a social media guy. I have a couple guys help me out. That's my weakness. That's why this channel is taking so long to get off the ground. I'm just gonna keep on putting out good content, and people will come. And if not,
it's come a long way though, Rob. It's come a long way from where it used to be when I first met you.
Well, yeah, that was just long form videos, and the streaming is huge. And this is not everyone can do the streams because it takes a lot of mental capacity. You got to have everything up here. You can't we don't have time to put up to look up a guy's stats. You either know it or you don't. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if we looked up everyone and be like, okay, hold on, give us 2 minutes. He had 8 targets last week. No, dude, you just got to know it. You just got to know it, baby. That's why a lot of people don't stream a lot of these guys because they want a script, and they're just not capable. They also don't watch.
You can't have a script on this because it's all about what people are commenting and what their questions are, and that could be literally anything week to week. So, but that's why
Head, sir, I like the Jags. I like the Jags defense this week against Arizona. The nice thing is the recipe for fantasy points for a team defense is ideally you play with a lead, they're favored, and then a team that's going to throw the ball a lot. You know, a team that runs the ball, you don't get any fantasy points for tackles for loss. It's off turnovers and sacks. And Jacoby Brissett is going to have a couple of those both. So he might put up 27 points, but it's going to be in garbage time. You might get 2 interceptions and you might get, 3 or 4 sacks. And the Jags defense is opportunistic. Let's not forget the Jaguars defense the first 4 weeks of the year were number 1. They had was it 12 turnovers in 5 weeks? 12 in 4 weeks? And the touchdowns. Devin Lloyd had that touchdown against Mahomes, that 97-yard return on Monday Night Football that literally turned the game. Justin, should I trade Puka for Amon-Ra? Ooh, I might do that trade. I would actually rather have Amon-Ra. He has Adams already too.
Yeah, and the Lions are in a position where I don't know if you saw, they're playing in domes for the rest of the year. I think that's also something to really consider. Like they're at third in the division right now. They're going to be desperate. They're going to have to move the offense. They're going to have to score points. They're going to have to win ball games. And who does it all revolve around? Goff and Amon-Ra. So
Sam Laporta's out. Sam Laporta's out for 4 weeks. So another little feather in your cap there, buddy. Adam, Chase Brown versus Patriots or Emmanuel Wilson, half PPR. Half PPR, I'm going Emmanuel Wilson.
Yes.
Patriots run D's good. Give me that.
Yeah, we actually touched up on this earlier. But we were saying full PPR, you go Chase Brown, half PPR, or I was just reverting back to what we were saying earlier.
Shout out to Adam, Patreon, new Patreon subscriber. Appreciate you. Everyone that's not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? 7 nights a week, 6 different guests. We run through the gauntlet every night, every topic, gambling, all your questions. No ad reads, none of that bullshit, bro. Just real fucking content. Mike Swift, what's up, fellas? I'm getting rid of Baker and Brees for Lamar. I'm down for that buy low. A little concerned about the injury with Lamar, but you know what? Like, this is a championship winning move. It's a lot. I'm guessing you have a lot of running back depth there. Is my thought, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we tell our guys how to make trades here, and I feel like they're starting to follow that. So
I will say this, Swift. This is one of those where it's hard to just give you an answer, yes or no, because we need to know your roster, right? And it's hard to do that. It's hard to do like those complex questions here on the stream. It also slows it up a little bit. Now we'll do it most of the time.
We're just inferring that you're thinking how we would think, and if we were making this type of trade. Like, so, like, why would we be making this type of trade? Is because we already have good enough running back depth.
Right. So this is definitely a good Discord one, Mike. If you want to hop in the Discord, you can post your rosters and we can have like 10 eyes on this fucker. Post says, thank you, Post. Henderson or Woody for wide receiver bench 1. Brian Thomas, DK, or Ricky. So we're going to go Henderson over Woody for sure.
Yep.
And then give me your wide receiver. You got to bench 1. And we don't know about Brian Thomas if he's playing or not, but.
So, I mean, obviously, if BTJ is not playing, you're going to go with DK and Ricky. But if BTJ is playing, I'm going to sit Ricky. I'm going to sit Ricky. Is Jalen Johnson coming back this week? I know we opened up his window, but I don't know if Ricky's coming back this week.
I don't think he's coming back, no.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I think it was maybe a week too soon is what I saw. So.
Mike has Genty, Chase Brown, Emmanuel Wilson, Benson, Monungai, and Dak too in a super flex.
He's deep.
So I'm down with that trade, like bro.
That's a championship winning move right there, Mike.
Yep. You just gotta bank and hope on Lamar running again. So you know what I was thinking that they should do? I wouldn't blame them now. The change from Justin Fields to Tyrod Taylor is a little bit scary just because Tyrod's just a more professional quarterback, as much as it pains me to say. Just sitting down Lamar this week and benching him because they should be able to beat the Jets with Tyler Huntley, right?
I mean, they beat the Bears with Tyler Huntley. So
right. So that's what I would do to get him healthy, just because you need him healthy. And if he's going to play every week, they already passed their bye. They're not getting a bye in the playoffs when they make it. Like, you can't win with Lamar as a pocket passer, like a strict pocket passer. They're not winning even a playoff game, most likely. Now, if you get 100% Lamar back with this defense being better and Derrick Henry being healthy, they are, in my mind, one of the favorites in the AFC. Like, I'm sorry, the AFC has all come back to
all those slips?
earth. Oh
You
yeah,
have
I have
all those
over
slips,
300.
so-
I have over $300 in the Ravens win the Super Bowl. I placed that when they were 1-5. They're all
Ravens win
22 to 1 or 25 to 1.
1-25. Wow.
Yeah, that's it's gonna be, what is it gonna be, like
I like
$6
it.
grand if they win? I'm gonna hedge though. I'm gonna hedge some of them once they
It'll
make
be
the
like
playoffs.
6.5, I think, somewhere around there.
Right now they're a 12 to 1 to win the Super Bowl, so their odds have cut in half since then. What's crazy is they're minus 310 to win the division. They're minus 310 right now to win the division, and they're not even in first place. They just don't believe in the Steelers at all. Yeah, Kenneth Gainwell is really well owned. I'd much rather have Emmanuel Wilson though. I'd rather have Emmanuel Wilson than Kenneth Gainwell. I feel like you might get 2 or 3 weeks out of Wilson. You're getting 1 week out of Gainwell, at least with the reports I've read. So, Danny Dimes or Flacco? Danny Dimes at KC or Flacco against New England?
I'd like Flacco here.
Yeah, give me Flacco even without Jamar. I guess here's my thing. If it's 4 for a passing touchdown, I'd probably go Danny Dimes because the rushing upside. You're getting nothing from Flacco there.
I can see that.
6 for a passing touchdown. Give me
I'm
Flacco.
just thinking of one of my leagues. Yep.
All right, we're all caught up.
No, what about 5-point passing touchdown? What would you do there?
5, I'm gonna go. Fuck, I don't know. My leagues are actually 5 that I commission.
Because
I think 6 is too much.
That's 5. 6
Five's
is too
best,
much,
right?
but 4 is too little. I like 5
Five's
way
nice.
better, but I'm in a 6 and a 5, so
5 should be standard.
I
really
can see the
should.
difference. It should be.
Yeah,
But it's not.
Or what you could do is do 4 for a passing touchdown, but you do 300-yard bonus. That's a nice way to do it.
Yeah, my
I mean?
league only does like bonuses for like 400 passing yards, 200 rushing or receiving yards, which I don't like. I think it should be like incremental, like 300, 350, 400, and then like 100, 150, 200. But that's I'm not commissioning any leagues, so.
Kevin, Penix and Rodgers on IR. Free agent options are Mills, Tyrod, Rudolph, or Shador. Well, it ain't Shador Sanders, that's for sure. We're getting him out of there.
You should put like the. You should put that why the fuck would it be Muhammad?
Oh yeah,
it's just a bunch of guys.
Thank you. That is a bunch of guys, and I love this.
I was between that and Muhammad.
Why the fuck would it be between that or Muhammad? Why don't you just pick a common name like a normal person?
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on earth. Read a fucking book for one.
I'm going Tyrod Taylor. If it's 4 for a passing touchdown, the answer is Tyrod Taylor. I think I could go Davis Mills if it's 6 for a passing touchdown, but I think Tyrod just the answer. Against the Ravens, they're going to be playing from behind, and he's not, they're not going to bench him for Fields. Davis Mills, Thursday night game. I don't love it. What's going on, P? We call his name's Isaac, but his thing is P. Love Isaac. Hey, brother, Drake May or Josh Allen this week? Those are good questions to have. I think you need to trade Drake May is what you need to do, Isaac, if the trade deadline's not over.
Yeah, that's a very good. It's just the thing is you can't sit Josh Allen. Like you're gonna tell me you're gonna sit Josh Allen.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm sitting Josh Allen for Drake May, 100%.
Well, this week
he's playing the Bengals.
I know.
Yeah, he said this week. Yeah, this week.
That, but it's just so hard. It's just so hard to like look at Josh Allen and sit him on your bench.
I know. It's really hard.
Like,
The Texans defense is top 3. The Bengals defense is bottom 3. Drake May is gunning for MVP. He's coming off a game where he played great and only had 1 passing touchdown. Drake May is having 3 touchdowns in this game. I think Drake May is probably a top 2 start this week. Maybe the start of the week.
No, I think he is the start of the week. I mean, he's going to put up. That offense should put up 45.
You're getting Keyshawn Booty back. Like, give me that all day. So. Yeah, but Yoshi is more than just a man. Okay, he's a character in Mario. So
Yoshi, yeah, Yoshi.
All right. Any other last questions? We will get to you guys. Otherwise, hey, we made it over 2 hours. That's a short stream for me. But
2 hour stream. Answered a lot of questions. Had a bunch of donuts. Had two chugs. I'd say it was pretty successful. And then I'm gonna be home. I'm gonna be home this weekend, so I might be able to stop by. I'm either coming home Friday or Saturday, but then I'll be home for a week after that, and then I'll text you on like when I'm home and when I'll be able to come by. Right?
Yeah. I'll get you your hat, and yeah, and if you want to maybe come on a stream this weekend or something, if you're available, let me know. You have your gear with you, right?
Hell yeah. Should be good.
All right. Well, I always like to end the stream by showing Helen Hunts because I love showing Helen Hunts. It's one of my passions in life. I need a good binge-worthy TV show. MVP. It's Breaking Bad if you haven't seen it. That's the easiest one ever.
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Lost. If you have not seen Lost, highly recommend Lost. The ending is not, the last season's not great, but the first 3 seasons, in particular, the first 2 seasons, must-watch TV. And just in terms of the idea of a binge show, like certain shows are just better for it than others. So I would say those 2. If you want comedies, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is a must-watch. Also, like Workaholics, that's solid as hell. But It's Always Sunny is my answer there. Junkbuster, Emmanuel Wilson or Tracy? Emmanuel Wilson by a mile.
Emmanuel Wilson. Yep.
MVP. I'll shout you out in the Discord. I'll shout you out in the Discord some other names. My brain's a little foggy right now. So, all right, everybody. Any other questions? GT lost. You just grabbing the Vikings quarterback.
GT.
Damn, dude, that's burn. Yeah. Any other questions that we didn't answer tonight? Drop them in the Discord. I'll get to them tonight, and we will help you out there. If you're not in the Discord, check out professionalfanatics.com. Get your ass in there. Join the community. Join all these fucking fine fellas. The chat and the show goes on 24/7. All right, Chaz. Thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate you, buddy. Hopefully, I'll see you this weekend. I'll get you the hat. This hat, repping the hat, baby.
The beautiful.
All right, everyone. Thank you for everything. And love your life. Stay positive and respect each other. I'm out of here. Tomorrow we'll do 10:45 with Mike Storey on the stream. That is Thursday night recap, and we'll start getting into more in depth into week 12 stuff. Thank you, Chaz. Love you, stream. Love you, chat.